Let's go live. Let's go live. What's up, guys? Original OC here with you on the Original OC channel on this Monday. It's Monday, August something. What is it? Monday, August 17th. I know that because I have it right here on my Patek Philippe annual calendar. Boom. Patek Philippe Reach for the Cross, the Calatrava Cross. This is the Calatrava annual calendar in white gold, diamond baguette hour markers. And this tells me that it's showtime. It's showtime on Monday, August 17th. Annual calendar. What's up, guys? Got some interesting news in the watch market. Interesting news, which we will get to in 5 minutes. If you are in Europe, this is the perfect time to put on the live stream in the background. But before you fall asleep, hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up to give us an upvote, and then you can put your head on the pillow and fall asleep to the soothing sounds of OC live on OC Patio. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Monday. If we can get to 10 viewers, that'll be a miracle, absolute miracle on this Monday. Hey, Kylo, come here. All right, Kylo wants to go inside. Give me a second. All right. So a few quick administrative notes. Number one, if you're watching this live stream and you're hearing the sound of my voice, check and see if we're live. You may have to fast forward to the live portion, and then you can go back and watch the replay. Number two, upvote. Make sure you upvote the live stream. Number three, please be advised that we will most likely be playing copyrighted content. We do so consistent with the United States copyright laws under fair use. Number four, the views and opinions of people in the chat as well as people on the panel, and that includes the opinions of OC, do not, and I mean do not, necessarily reflect the official views of the Original OC channel or Original the Brand LLC. Number five, and this is a good one, if you have a star next to your name, you are a member of the OC channel. Thank you for your membership. Membership does have its privileges and its perks. If you'd like to become a member, I encourage you to do so on a non-Apple device because your price will be way cheaper. To become a member on an Apple device is exorbitantly expensive. Very expensive. Patek Philippe. I've been wearing the Patek Philippe the last couple days. Awesome watch. And let's see, what else? Messages. I'm getting messages. Oh, you're watching the live stream right now? That's cool. Am I allowed to show this picture? Let me know. I love it when people send me pictures live of them watching the stream. Air King Ben does that a lot too. Air King Ben posts it to Instagram. He'll be like watching the stream on his big screen TV and then post it to Instagram. Shout out to all the people watching on their big screens. Love you guys. You know, a third of the people watch this stream on their big screen TV. Who would have thought that? I can show this? Okay, cool. Let me hold on a second. Can I mention you as well? Am I allowed to mention you? I don't want to get you in trouble. Let's see here. Let's do this. I'm going to say hi to everybody in the chat in a second. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's save this. Boom. And then I'm going to, sorry guys, I'm producing myself. And okay, this, copy it. I'm going to throw it into a tab. If you want to, it's pretty cumbersome. So like, if you're going to send me stuff in the middle of the show, you better be a VIP. You better be like a mega member. And this person who sent me a picture right now is like the top level member. So maybe like if you're like one of those top level members, you have the ability to basically contact me in the middle of the show and tell me to do whatever you want. It's in the middle. It's in the middle of the night. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's do this. Okay, I'm going to open this in a new tab. I'm going to get to you guys in just a minute. I'm going to say hi to every single person in the chat. Okay, boom. All right. Shout out to boom, Maldives. It is now 2:23 in the morning in Maldives. 2:23 in the morning in Maldives, and Maldives, who's in Maldives. I think we're setting a record for the number of times Maldives is being mentioned. But Maldives, who's in the Maldives, it's 2:24 in the morning now, and he's watching the original OC channel. And he's rocking the Debatoon Starry Various. I think it's Starry Various, something like that. But shout out to Debatoon. Oh, you're in Singapore? Okay. Hope I was allowed to say that. Maldives is in Singapore right now. Singapore, where it's two, for the correction, it's the Debatoon. Starry Seas. Okay, Starry Seas. Debatoon, Starry Seas. Guys, if you're a fan of Maldives, Maldives is an extremely generous supporter of this channel, and pretty much this channel exclusively. I'll get you in trouble. See what I'm doing? Maldives, who only supports this channel exclusively because he knows where the best watch content is up at 2:25 in the morning in Singapore. He flew to Singapore to be in a better location with better Wi-Fi to watch the original OC channel. That's commitment. That is unbelievable commitment. Shout out to Maldives. Very generous member of the community. Very cool guy. And one day, you never know. I might just show up and do a live stream not from Singapore, probably from Maldives. I'm going to go to Maldives, baby. It looks beautiful there. I see crystal clear water. I see sandy beaches, beautiful sunny weather. Let's see who's in the chat. We've got Logan Hall, star of Logan Hall's Grill Streams. He almost did a stream yesterday, but it was so hot. It was 97 degrees in Logan's barbecue pit. He's like, man, I can't do it. It's too hot. But stay tuned to Logan Hall's Grill Streams for a surprise stream coming soon. He's first in the chat. He's a moderator and a member. Thank you for being a member, Logan Hall. And I hope he's first to upvote. Guys, upvote the live stream. I want to have at least 10 likes. 10 likes. Well, we need 10 viewers first. It's almost impossible to get to 10 viewers. I think it's highly unlikely we'll get to 10 viewers, but we'll try our best. Guys, email your friends. Send a carrier pigeon. We got Leonardo DiCaprio in the chat, a member of the OC channel. What is up, OC in chat? He's here under his Yo Leo account. We got Original Mathis, moderator, member, co-CEO of the original OC channel network. Let's go. Thank you very much, Mathis. Look at this. Everybody's a member, guys. I love this. I love this. Skip intro member. Kylo needs a Patek. No, 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 no. No more, no more, no pet Pateks. No more pet, no more stuff for pets. But thank you. Kylo's the cutest. Thank you very much. Skip intro. Thank you for being a member. By the way, check and see if you have a free member milestone chat. If you have a star next to your name, check and see if you have a free member milestone chat. No need to super chat. We don't do super chat Sundays or any of that garbage. We don't do any of that super chat Sundays. Fucking embarrassing. Embarrassing. We don't do any. You don't have to send any super chats. Just if you're a member, enjoy the channel. You paid for it. You paid for it. We're gonna get to the best watch content on the planet in 5 minutes. Skip intro. Thank you. Got Jonathan Smith in the chat. OC. Does he want me to sing this? I'm not gonna sing it. I'm not gonna sing it. But who, if you recognize these lyrics, name the artist and title. Artist and title. Quick. Thank you, Jonathan Smith. Become a member. He does remind everybody to upvote the live stream, which is good. Let's get to 20 likes. I'm going to be a stickler on the likes. Let's get to 20 likes, guys. We got Horrocks Watch in the chat. Horrocks, become a member. There's a link somewhere in the chat to become a member. If you want to also jump on the panel, just type in link in the chat, and I'll drop the link. A question from Horrocks. See, you don't have to super chat your questions. You can just ask questions here. Horrocks isn't even a member, and I'm still going to answer his question. That's the level of commitment to the watch community here. Question: my 12-year-old wants a dive watch. Is he allowed a tutor? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. 12-year-old is too young to appreciate a steel luxury watch. So have him stick to like the Moon Swatch and some Casios and some G-Shocks and some stuff like that. Maybe some swatches. When he gets to around 15, 16, then boom, you push him right into Rolex, baby. Into Rolex. No tutors. No Longines Ultra Conquest, no Oris, none of that stuff. We're gonna skip your 12-year-old. I'm assuming it's you have a son. That son is going to be getting a Rolex at the age of 16. We're gonna skip. We're gonna leapfrog past all the irrelevant brands. And believe me, Tudor is as irrelevant as you can get. Okay, irrelevant as you get. Hey, Horrocks Watch, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. It's Membership Mondays, guys. You don't have to super chat; just become a member. Membership Mondays, guys. But don't skip Tudor. 12-year-old too young to appreciate a good watch. Hey, look at this, guys. Screenshot. Let's screenshot this. Maldives, my favorite channel. Hopefully he doesn't follow this up with like something else, but my favorite channel. Boom, this is going on Instagram, baby. Heart.Maldives, member of the OC channel. This is him live at 2:30 in the morning from Singapore watching the OC channel. That is commitment. He's the best. He's the best. Maldives. We've got St. Peter in the chat. Member. There's a reason why this channel is number one, the number one YouTube channel in membership engagement. We have the highest percentage of members. That's a formula. It's an equation. Members over subscribers. It's a percentage, and we have we're number one in membership engagement. St. Peter says this watch was a missed opportunity for a stone or meteor dial. Now, this isn't the exact watch right here. This is kind of like a representation of it. This isn't the exact watch, but it's kind of similar to this. Also surprised they did baguettes on the lugs, but not on the sides. Either way, it is a stunning piece. I think Rolex has been, I think, fairly criticized over their off-catalog Daytonas that they introduced this year. Let me pull up the I was about to say Watch Poppy. Shout out to Watch Poppy. Whoa. Let's see here. Let's see. It is this picture. Where did the other picture go? Boom. I'll close my WhatsApp here. This. There we go. I think Rolex has been fairly criticized. I'm going to show you some of the off catalog. Let me show you this. Because off catalog 2026 Daytona. Some of them are not good. Not good. Let me see here. I'll pull this up on Instagram. Boom. Check this out. These are the boom. Check this is they introduced 4 off catalog. I think at 5 maybe. 5 off catalog Daytonas. This is one of them. And let's see here. What's one of the other ones? Let me see here. Instagram. Check this out. Boom. Let me just make this bigger. I'm going to make that bigger. Drop it into there. I guess that makes it pretty small. Hold on. There you go. Look at these. Good? Are these good? I don't know. Check this one out. Oh, my eyes. Ah! Okay, so we've got Ever Rose Gold Daytona with turquoise dial, sapphires and diamonds. Hideous. Absolutely hideous. Oh, my God. Yellow gold with a yellow dial. Tourmalines. No one even knows what tourmalines are. It's a type of gem. Tourmalines and diamonds. Hideous. What's going on here? What is Rolex doing? White gold Daytona with green. It looks maybe it's like an aventurine dial with sapphires and diamonds. Ugly. Ugh. And then we've got the platinum Daytona with an opal dial and sapphires. These are just hideous, guys. They're hideous. I better get this off the screen quick. How do I get this off the screen quick? Boom. There. OC, you have been invited to the Maldives since you first got online. Thank you very much. I know. It's just I'll get there. I got a lot of people inviting me different places. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. Trap Vision 3D. Wow, it's been a while since we've seen Trap Vision 3D here. Afternoon watch people. Good to see you, Trap Vision. We say, listen, as long as you're interested in watch content, you're welcome on this channel. Mathis is an all-star. Agree with that 100%. Maldives is giving some advice to people who can afford it. Let me just say, buy a Debatoon. Go for the lightest watch you can afford. Well, this isn't light on the pocketbook. No, it's not. It's just not light on the pocketbook. Check this out. This is Maldives rocking the Debatoon while he's 2:37 in the morning. Rocking the Debatoon. We've got, I can't believe that stream was called Super Chat Sundays. I cringed when I saw that. That's not the only thing that's cringeworthy. But yeah, I mean, come on. We don't do Super Chat Sundays, says Whole Milk. We do highlighted comment Mondays. Yes, we could call it members only Mondays. Members only Mondays. But maybe we'll make the stream members only at the end. The other thing I could do at any time, by the way, is I have the ability in the settings to make only to like exclude any comments except if you're a member. That would be ruthless. That would be ruthless, but I could do it. I could do it with the flip of a switch. Just make it so you have to be a member to leave a comment. I think that might piss people off, though, right? Or they might appreciate the benefits of membership, right? You can't participate unless you're a member. Time to get a membership. But no, we're not doing Super Chat Sundays here. That is, it's a slap in the face to the audience. You know, it's treating the audience with contempt. And one thing we will never do here is take the audience for granted. You guys have always had my back, and I do not take it for granted for one moment. Get her a Longines. No. Don't get anybody a Longines diver. Ignore Maldives. Let's time him out. Shots being fired rapidly. I mean, listen, we gotta keep focused on Rolex and Patek, and we've kicked AP out of the holy trio for the rest of the year. They're just not coming out with anything good. The fact that Moses, like AP is Moses's favorite brand, isn't that a red flag? Like, isn't that kind of a red flag that you want to be like in the same company as Moses? No offense, I mean, but look at the people who consider AP their favorite brand. Is that the kind of company you want? I think not. Three guys walking. Buckley likes to use this analogy a lot. You walk into a room, there are three guys there. One's wearing a Royal Oak. One's wearing a gold Daytona. One's wearing a Patek Nautilus. Who do you want to hang out with? Who's old money? Who's got class? We've got Horrorwalks, and thank you very much for the £2 highlighted comment. Super Chat Monday. Thank you very much. We've got Actual Watch. See, we have Actual Watch advice in the chat. I don't do that. I do shtick. It's satire. It's not real watch advice. Recommending the Seiko King Turtle. I can't do that. I can't do that, Leo. I'm sorry. I cannot do that. Jonathan Smith. I hate to even pull up the comment. It hurts. It hurts to pull up the comment. Tudor. I can't even read it. I'm not going to read that. Can't read it, guys. I shouldn't have pulled it up. It was a mistake. What do I do? Second super chat from Horrocks Watch. £2 super chat. Thanks for confirming. OC straight to Rolex. Thank you. Don't listen to these guys. Don't listen to Leo, Jonathan Smith. I mean, I'll take a look at their watch collections and then determine if they're qualified to give advice. Probably not. But I am qualified. More than qualified. We got Vimal in the chat. What's up, Vimal? He's a member. OC, are these for hip hop stars? Yeah, they're ugly, right? What serious collector in his right mind will get one of these? I don't think very many. I don't think very many. Now, there's the one that who's that fat guy in Miami? The fat rapper with the kids, and he's always like, and another one, and another one, and another one. I don't keep track of these rappers' names, but he has like a really, really good off catalog Daytona, probably the best off catalog Daytona introduced in recent times. It's I think it's like a $300,000 watch, and it goes for over 1.2 million in secondary. I'll pull up a picture. I just forgot the name of the guy. He's always going to like Avi and Co in Miami, and like, yo, another one, and he gifted his like baby, like a gem set Daytona. It was like nonsense. Skip Intro asks, OC, this is kind of off topic. Have you ever been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I have not. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is located in Cleveland, Ohio. And I've never been to Cleveland, Ohio. But I did attend the live Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony in 2014. I was there in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center, which was they were the host of the 2014 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. Of course, I was there because who's the guy? Who's the guy from Rage Against the Machine? What's his name? The guitarist from Rage Against the Machine. Rage Against the Machine guitarist. Tom Morello. Tom Morello was there inducting Kiss into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So I was there in 2014, but never been to the actual museum. Vimal just gifted a Stay Hydrated icon or whatever it is. What is that? Stay Hydrated. Stay Hydrated thing. It's a weird thing, but he bought it with his jewels, 550 jewels. You can use your jewels. Just click on that box, that gift box in the chat, and you've probably accumulated a whole bunch of jewels. That's like a $550 super chat. Thank you, Vimal. Really appreciate that. Maldives member for 14 months, campaign senior advisor. I appreciate all the members, but you got to hand it to Maldives campaign senior advisor. That's one of the top level members. I think that's like a $300 a month membership. On Apple, that's like a $500 a month membership. I hope you didn't become a member on Apple device. You'd be screwed. But by the way, do not let your memberships lapse. Don't let the expiration date on your credit card expire or anything like that, because you will be screwed because you won't be grandfathered in on the low 2024 prices. If you have to re-up, Apple's going to crush you with fees. As a member, I would like you to say Puerto Rico as many times as you think it's appropriate. We do have a very good friend, Ryan Singer. I met a lot of people from the Puerto Rico chapter of the Red Bar, and they're actually cool guys there, not like some of the other chapters that are full of complete freaking dorks. The Puerto Rico group is they all wear Pateks. That's a really cool group. So shout out to Chester and all the guys in the Juan, all the guys in the Puerto Rico group. Puerto Rico. We love Puerto Rico. Thank you, Maldives, for your 14 months. That's almost 3 full years of membership at the campaign senior advisor level. Skip Intro wants me to also say Hublot. Thank you, Hublot. I said it. I didn't say Hublot or Hublot. We got Brody, who's a moderator and a member and general counsel of the original OC Channel Network. AP still has a top 5 coveted watch. They're doing fine. Well, that's true. The Royal Oak is still a top 5 watch. No doubt about it. If you're thinking about the top steel sports or the top steel hype watches to get, the Royal Oak is definitely in the top 5. So out of thousands and thousands and thousands of references made by hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of brands, AP has the Royal Oak, and that's a damn good watch. And listen, that watch specifically is OC approved, no doubt about it. I'm hanging out with the aspiring models bartending. Which event? Which event? Let me know them all. Which event? Let's see. Who else do we have? We have 30 people watching. Is that true, or is that's got to be wrong? Stop, guys! Do not buy bots. We don't need the bots. We just actual watch collectors is all we need here. Come on, Leo. That's not nice. I can't even read that. I can't read these things. Hey, SE is in the chat. DJ Khalid. That's right, DJ Khalid. And I'm pronouncing it that way intentionally. Yeah, check out the Daytona. I want to show you the Daytona that DJ Khalid has. I'm gonna pull it up on the Instagram. Check this out. This is when he got it. Boom. This is a cool watch. Would I get it? Yeah, 100% if offered. What's up? SE is a member, by the way. One of the best members in the world. Shout out to DJ Khalid. I think this is him with Mark Wahlberg, right? Yep, Mark Wahlberg, and he got that. Man, so that's one of the good Rolexes. One of the good ones. I'm curious, what do you guys think of? What do you think of this one? This is the one that Drake requested. Let me know in the chat what you think. Got David Clark in the chat. What's up, David Clark? Hey, Uncle Alert. Skip intro used 440 joules. That's $440. $440 on the Unk Alert. That's cool. That's kind of a funny one because it's a siren. I like the siren. Got David Clark says, I've never been in the chat before. I'm always watching after the event on my phone. I'm watching the replay. David Clark, by the way, I think is one of two people who has the most comments, leaves the most comments of anybody after on, during the, not during the replay, but comments after the show. Thank you, David Clark. I enjoyed Nicaragua. Okay, that's important to note. Listen, there was when I was growing up in the 80s, it was every night on the news. It was a big thing about the Contras the Contras and the Sandinistas and the rebels and whatever it was in Nicaragua. And so, yeah, it's important to pronounce it properly. It's definitely pronounced Nicaragua, just like Sumana. And you got the Rolex Sumana. Maldives says, "Oh, see, I was serious. Go get all the complimentary milk chocolate and rate them. I trust you." Now, Maldives is referring to something on Instagram, so I'll pull it up here. By the way, is every single person watching following me on Instagram? Please do so. It's you'll be thoroughly entertained by my stories and posts on Instagram. Check it out. So Maldives posted on his story, and he tagged me, and he said, I challenge OC to find better milk chocolate than IWC. Now, I think IWC chocolate is Lindt. Okay, I think it's Lindt milk chocolate with a IWC foil wrapper. So I replied, by the way, I don't think Rolex has the best chocolate. Just for the record, Rolex does not have better chocolate than Lindt. I don't know who makes Rolex's chocolate, but I've gotten chocolate from them many times, and I don't think it's better than Lindt. When I go to Wempe, they give me those Lindt truffles. Awesome. And when you go to Bucherer, I think they also use Lindt chocolate, but I prefer the Bucherer. Now they have a regular foil, and then on top of the foil, they have a Bucherer paper wrapper. But if you want me to go to every single boutique and do a taste test of the milk chocolate, I'm happy to do it. I don't need coaxing in order to go in order to eat milk chocolate. I don't need to be cajoled, if that's a word. I don't need any additional incentive to enjoy milk chocolate. So thank you, Maldives. Follow me on Instagram and send me a message. Send me a message on Instagram. I respond to messages every single day. Every single day. A lot of people ask me about what to do with their collection. They shoot me a picture. Hey, I just got offered this watch. Should I get it? They ask me which watches to sell. I do so free of charge. Free of charge. Because I really do want you guys to not make any mistakes. No mistakes. Your money is way too precious. You don't want to end up with a watch that sits in the drawer, right? That's the last thing you need. So yeah, Drake asked for this watch, and he got it. Good for him. It's got like they call it ice gradient because it starts off with these light blue baguettes, and then it kind of it gradiates pretty quickly into clear diamonds. It's okay. I'm sure if any of us had a chance to buy this and we had the funds, we would buy it because it's one of those pieces that'll go for way over retail. Way over retail. What else is going on? Let's see here. Do you want to talk about the Moses AP or no? I'll let you guys decide. We don't have to do it. We don't have to do the Moses AP. I don't think it's that good looking. Hey, look at this. Question from SE member for 21 months, also a senior advisor. Wow. Both Maldives and SE are senior advisors. Those are the heavy hitting members, the absolute top members. In your opinion, OC, which watch hits harder? The Day-Date 40 yellow, gold, green ombre, or the Daytona green dial with the gold sub-registers? All right. That is an excellent question. Which one hits harder? Let me pull up first an image of the Day-Date. Let me see. Let me get something that really does it justice. Something that really, really does it justice. Okay, how about this picture right here? Boom. Now, here it is. We know this is a good one. You know, this does it hit harder? Okay, I'm gonna let you guys be the judge. I'm definitely gonna give my own opinion. But this is the yellow gold Day-Date. Now the other one is the Daytona, what they call the John Mayer 2.0. The John Mayer 2.0. Let's pull up a picture of that one. Which one hits harder? Boom. Man, that's tough. Let's do a quick poll. That way I can tell if anybody's watching too, if I do a poll. We'll do a quick poll. And we'll see what the audience thinks. Which Rolex hits harder? And I'll let you guys can define what do you mean by what it means by hits harder. The day date, yellow, gold, green, ombre, or Daytona, yellow, gold, gold, subdials, JM 2.0. There is, boom, the poll is live. Poll is live. We don't need that many votes. I just want to know if it's lopsided or not. I just want to know if, and once we get to like 10 votes in the poll, I'll give you my verdict, which one hits harder. Check this. I'll put the date back on the screen here. Thank you, Essie. Very, very good question. Good question. Thank you for your 21 months. 21 months of incredible membership. That's awesome. It's over 2 years of membership, guys. Over 2 years of membership. Leo says it's the day date. The day date hits harder. Why? Why does it hit harder? That's the question. Why? Because, I mean, there's certain factors that come into it, right? Which one's harder to get? Which one evokes, what kind of reaction when seen by somebody else? Which one goes for more over retail? Which one's considered more hype? All those things factor into which one hits harder, right? Maldives says, I want OC and Cap to taste the chocolate and come to one conclusion. Okay, so you want Capoc to do streams where we rate the chocolate. We do taste tests on the chocolate. Okay, maybe we'll invite Logan too. Maybe Logan will do a grill stream with the chocolate. Essie is the man, says Maldives. I agree 100%. Both Essie and Maldives are super, super great supporters. Hey, look at this. We got Andy Lewis in the chat. Member. Howdy, y'all. Customary greeting from the Lone Star State. Good to see Andy in the chat. Got Jonathan Quayle Higgins. Hello, everyone. What's new? Has Patek been kicked out of the OC approved brands for curating undersized watch movements too long? No, they have not. I don't even know what that means. I don't pay attention to the size of the movements in the watches. I'm fine with what Patek is doing. Patek is cool in my book. And check this out. Come on, how can you argue with this? I mean, come on. Look. Let's put on the Oliver Peoples here. OC full screen. Come on. I'm going to argue with this. Patek Philippe, reach for the cross. Now, I can't. Can I help it if you can't afford this? Listen, it's not my problem if you can't afford this. These are the kinds of dress watches for which you should be striving. Okay? You want a dress watch, you go Patek. Simple as that. Sorry, that's just the way it goes. If you disagree, listen, you want Breguet as your dress. I mean, come on. You're going to show up to an event wearing Breguet? I don't think so. You wear Patek. And that's the final answer. Final answer. Let's see. Who else we got? Oh, look at this. Looking forward to meeting you in Milan. Andy Lewis, you're going to Milan? That's friggin' awesome. Brody says, let's be honest, neither one of these Rolexes is wearable on a regular basis. Terrible cost per wear ratio. Really? I think the Day-Date being yellow gold, I can see why you might say that you wouldn't wear that every day. Vote in the poll, guys. Quickly vote in the poll. We're going to name a winner momentarily. Which Rolex hits harder? The Day-Date yellow green ombre, or the Daytona? What did I say? Day-Date yellow gold. Did I say yellow green? Day-Date yellow gold green ombre, or the Daytona yellow gold with the gold subdials. Which one? We'll leave the poll open for a couple more minutes, and then we will read the results. The results are binding. The results will be certified. Ryan James, member for 22 months. Hey, OC, been a while since I've caught a live. Hope you're well. I'm doing great. I'm doing amazing. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're talking about Rolex on this membership Monday. Members only Monday. John Galt in the chat. Ryan James, thanks for being a member. 22 months. That's a long time. Long time to be supporting the channel. Thank you so much, man. John Galt in the chat. Daytona is a Daytona. The Day-Date is the Day-Date. I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, okay. I think you mean like the Daytona is just one of many Daytonas, but that Day-Date is the Day-Date. Meaning it's like the iconic best Day-Date. I don't know. Let me please clarify in the chat. Hey, we got Tan. We got members from France tuning in. Tan is a member. Hello, OC. Daytona always wins. Really? A Daytona always wins against the Day-Date? I don't know. Which one wins? Let's see. Let's look. We've got 20 votes in the poll. Let's end the poll. Boom. And the winner with 55% of the vote, the winner with 55% of the vote is the Day-Date. The Day-Date hits harder. Wow. Woo! The Day-Date yellow gold green ombre hits harder than the Daytona with the green dial, the John Mayer 2.0. I'm going to say this. I actually think this hits harder. I think this hits harder. I think this is rarer. But this is rarer, so I'm going to go with this one. But it's a close vote, 55 to 45. For those of you watching on the replay, the results of the poll are as follows: which Rolex hits harder? The yellow gold green ombre Day-Date wins with 55% of the vote. The Daytona got 45% of the vote. Thank you. And look at this, SE gifted a membership. Thank you, SE. I really appreciate it. There's no need to gift memberships here. There's so many trolls and lurkers who are actually fans of the channel that just watch in secret. We don't want any of them to get a membership. It's a crapshoot. You never know, because we have I think we have 300 subscribers. Something like 300. Any one of those 300 subscribers could get your gifted membership. And then we'd be screwed. It could be a troll. So don't gift the memberships. Guys, buy your own memberships. It's Membership Monday. Buy your own. Splurge, but don't do it on an Apple device. Do not do it on Apple device. It's like $50 a month to become a member or something. It's crazy. Crazy prices. Thank you, SE. And lo and behold, I can't even pull it up. I can't pull it up on the, there's no integration with StreamYard, but John Galt, who's not a low IQ troll, received the membership from SE. Wow, you lucked out, SE. One of the good ones got it. We lucked out. It's a crapshoot, though. You never know what you're going to get. Whole Milk has been trying for 2.5 years to get a free membership. Still hasn't gotten one. Whole Milk. Whole Milk should just pony up and buy a membership. There's certain people that need to buy memberships, guys. Mr. Tutor to you is top of the list. We need Mr. Tutor to you to become a member. Thank you, SE. Have fun. Have fun at the Patek Philippe exhibition in Milan, Italy. Milan, Italy. Hey, we got. How would you go about getting your own membership? Very good question. If you want to become a member, then you would. I think it's pinned in the chat somewhere. But here you go. If there's a link here, it's called memberships. Do it on a non-Apple device. Boom. Click on that, become a member. Thank you, SE. Mobsters in the chat. We love the OC. Hey, it's the chat. It's the members here that really make this show. It's the members and the viewers. Without you guys, this show is nothing. It's literally nothing. But by the way, we're very, very close to establishing a watch community bill of rights. We're proposing, and it's going to be presented for ratification to the Horological Congress, a watch community bill of rights. And we are going to call on watch dealers worldwide, which includes watch dealer groups and watch platforms. Hear me now. Clip this, Mookie. Clip it, StreamYard. We are calling on all watch dealer groups and watch dealer platforms to eliminate and ban the posting of watches for sale that include any aftermarket parts, any custom dials, any counterfeit materials of any kind. We are calling, this is going to be the First Amendment in the Watch Community Bill of Rights, that watch dealers need to completely ban the use, proliferation, and sale of counterfeit, aftermarket, and custom parts, accessories, and components from all groups and platforms, effective immediately. No more counterfeit goods, guys, and we're going to expose and shame those who contribute to the proliferation of aftermarket dials, aftermarket bezels, getting rid of end links, putting in fake bracelets, which we covered courtesy of the Peter Piccolino channel. Someone had a Submariner. The dealer took off the authentic bracelet and put a fake bracelet on the watch. There's very little chance that you, as a consumer, are going to be able to catch that unless you buy from Rolex, authorized dealer with certified pre-owned. Okay? Watch Community Bill of Rights. The First Amendment that we're going to ratify is the banning of all counterfeit merchandise from all groups and platforms. Brody, member of the channel, says the original issue channel has the highest membership to hate the channel ratio on YouTube. I'm not sure that's true. It's probably close. I think we have the highest. We don't have the highest percentage of lurkers. I mean, I think there are other channels that have more lurkers and haters watching than we do. But I think people are generally pretty well behaved here. Over 30 people watching. Let's get to, this is going to be a bold goal, guys. Let's get to 30 likes. If you just joined the live stream, hit the upvote button. Let's get to 30 likes. But this was not the winner. Your winner in the poll, which watch hits harder, the yellow gold Daytona or the yellow gold green ombre Day-Date? The winner, 55% of the vote, is the green ombre. Now, what do you guys think of the, I'll pull it up. Ooh, I shudder to bring it up, but we're gonna check this out. This is the. I'll pull it up on Instagram here. Boom. This is the Moses AP, the Moses AP Royal Oak. The Moses Royal Oak. What do you think of it? What do you think? Now, Moses at every opportunity will say this is a piece unique. It's a one-on-one, one of one. It's all that stuff. Now, but this is white gold with ruby bezel and ruby intermediate links. Let me know what you think. Thank you, Brody. Appreciate it. Brody's a member and general counsel. We love the OC. Thank you, Mobster. What else? OC, what do you think of Whole Milk? Got one. Hold on. I'll get to Mobster in a second. I got Whole Milk's one some months ago. He didn't renew. Whole Milk didn't renew his membership. That's ridiculous. Come on, Whole Milk. It's embarrassing, dude. Come on. It's embarrassing. You can afford it. Anyone can afford one of the cheap memberships here. Mobster asks, OC, what do you think of the white gold salmon Calatrava? That's the 5227G. 5227G. Some of you guys, I never thought 2 years ago that I would know all the Patek Philippe reference numbers. How is that even possible? I thought the Patek reference numbers were too difficult to understand. It's just pure memorization is what it is. It's memorization. Let me pull it up. You don't have to super chat your questions here. I'll just answer them. Let's pull it up, OC. Pull it up. 5227G with the salmon dye. Well, they call it, I think they officially call this rose opaline. And don't ask me why I know that, but for some reason I do. I just know that it's rose opaline. 5227. Let's pull it up. Pull it up, OC. Pull it up. Boom. There it is. I got to move to the shade. It's so hot here. Holy cow, it's hot. It's very similar to the platinum one, and the platinum one, of course, to which you are referring. Oh, can I share this photo? Let me just ask here. Let me know if I can share that. It looks good. It looks pretty good on your wrist, I have to say. What do I think of the white gold salmon Calatrava? Well, here's the issue. I personally am not a fan of salmon dials. Okay, so I'm personally not a fan. Okay, I just don't think. I think Patek, arguably, are there other brands that do salmon dials well? FP Journe is known for their salmon dials, but I think if you're going to get salmon dial, I think Patek is up there, right? Let me I can't screenshot it. Okay. It's gone, by the way. Boom. Hold on. I'm not allowed to screenshot it. That's funny because Instagram has these. That's all right. I don't have to. So Instagram has these like a special setting. Like if you send a picture to somebody on Instagram, you can choose whether or not they can screenshot it or not. Yeah, I think you have to send it a different way. if you want me to screenshot it and show it. Okay, that way. Let's see if that works. Okay. Hold on, I'm going to pull this up. Bear with me. I'm multitasking. I'm pretty good at this. I'm pretty good at running a show by myself. I never thought I could, but I'm doing it. Let's see. Open. Check out this photo, and you tell me what you think. I think it looks a lot better on people's wrists than it does just in photos by itself. So this is Maldives. Maldives tried it on at the Patek dealer. Looks pretty good. Now here's my issue. For people who have small wrists, I can see why they may choose this over the 6196. Okay, let me see. Patek. But the 6196 isn't that much more expensive. So let me pull up image of the 6196. Boom, boom, 6196. Yeah, see? Boom, 6196. 6196 is symmetrical. It's also manual wind. Okay, so there's a couple of differences. I don't even know why I know this. I don't know why I actually know watch stuff. But this is manual wind. It's very symmetrical because it has the seconds at the 6 o'clock, and it's made of platinum. Now, how much is this? This is, how much is it, OC? It is $52,000. $52,000. It's platinum. It's bigger. Symmetry. It's got the diamond on it. And it's manual wind. Okay. Now you got this 5227G. It's got the date at the 3. It's automatic. It's got the rotor. And it's white gold instead. And the price is, instead of $52,000, $47,000. It's only a $5,000 difference. So really, it comes down to size, right? And so if you're Maldives, and this is how it fits on the wrist, and you guys in the chat, if you're watching right now and you're looking at this picture, please indicate right now if you think Maldives should go bigger or if this is the right size for him. Now, the 5227 is a 39 millimeter case. 39, I mean, it's arguably the perfect size. 39 millimeter. And it's 9.24 thin. Remember that. There will be a test at the end. 39 millimeter, 9.24 thin versus the 6196, which is 38 millimeter, just a tad smaller, 9.33 thin. So basically the same dimensions. 6196 is smaller. 6196 is smaller. Wow. That throws everything for a loop, huh? Man. That throws everything for a loop. What do we do now? What do we do now? So what do I think of it? I think this is a very conservative, kind of boring dress watch. That's what I think. But thank you, Mobster. Can Gen G's in the chat, member of the OC channel. Thank you, Gen G. Appreciate your membership. Can I be a contributor to the Congress of Horologists? Listen, we need to convene the Constitutional Congress of Horology, because we need to ratify some very important bills to the Watch Collectors Bill of Rights. And the first one we're going to do is call for, and we're going to go after the scammers, guys. We're going to go after the scammers and those who enable them. Okay? We're going to go after the crooks and the groups and the platforms that supported them and vouched for them. Coming very, very soon. Brody says he thinks that Maldives' wrist is fugly. That's not very nice. It's kind of rude. I wouldn't call Maldives' wrists fugly. It's a good looking wrist. It's narrow. He's got a big hand and then a very narrow wrist. Is that what you're talking about, Brody? Would you consider that one of the criteria for fugliness? Is that you got a big hand and a narrow wrist? Maybe he's talking about the watch. Maybe he's talking about the watch. Oh, look at this. Look who decided to chime in. Look who decided to chime in. Whole milk, don't forget, you don't have a wrench, and there are a lot of people here who do have a wrench. Okay? Listen, I back my moderators 100%. So if my moderators are offended by the fact that you still don't have a membership, if they, I'm not saying they should time you out. Would it be appropriate penalty for displaying this kind of defiance? Perhaps. I'm waiting. Listen to this. Listen to this. Get a load of this, guys. Whole Milk says, I'm waiting for the content to improve. This is the best quality content I can do. Listen, you're not going to get any much higher than barely mediocre quality content here. That's how high the bar gets set. Okay. I'm waiting for the content to improve before I get a membership. That means you're never getting one. This is as good as it gets. It's awful, but what are your choices? Think about it. What are your alternatives? I mean, you want to watch 6 trolls on the dungeon? Come on. You don't have any choices. Maybe you want to watch Super Chat Sundays. Is Super Chat Sundays a better content than this? I don't think so. Right now, you're putting in tutor levels of no. This is good quality effort. This is pretty good effort right here. Please comment in the chat. Do you like the size of this on Maldives, or should he go for the 6196 platinum with the subdials, or neither? You can say neither. You can say, listen, you know what? Both of these are boring. Forget it. Maldives says, why do I dislike AP? Although I was invited to the AP house in Singapore and I like the experience, and I keep thinking I need an AP, but I am a minimalist and I only want Patek. And then you ran out of space. You don't own a single AP, Maldives? You don't own not even like a hype piece, like a jumbo, or that's kind of telling, don't you think? If someone who's as smart a collector as Maldives, and this is the channel for the smart collectors, if you're new to the channel, by the way, become a member. This is the original OC channel, Smart Watch Talk for the Smart Collector. If you're one of the smart collectors like Maldives and you don't have an AP, what does that? That means that AP must really not be that great. I think we need to keep them out of the holy trio for the rest of the year. Keep them out of the holy trio for the rest of the year. Patek, Maldives has a phenomenal Patek collection. Really, really beautiful Patek collection. He's also got some independents. He's got some independents like Dibatoon. Does OC, so does the poll result, asks SE, reflect the opinion of the OC channel? No, it does not. I happen to think that the Daytona hits harder. But thank you for let me catch up. Let me catch up in the chat here. We got over 32. We got over 30 likes. We got 32 likes. Let's get to 35 likes. If you just tuned in, let's get to 35 likes. Joseph Main is in the chat. What's up, Joseph? I'm going to breeze through some of these comments. I can't breeze past the Brody comment, though, because he's a member, and I still owe him $34,000. So I'm pretty much an indentured servant to Brody for the next several years. I tried on and was offered the Patek Philippe 5227G last week at my local AD. Nice watch, but I really would not. I really would not have an occasion to wear it much. Also, the strap looks terrible. I wouldn't say the strap is terrible, but the strap is a very conservative, glossy glossy brown alligator. David Clark, I prefer the 5227. Okay, thank you very much. Rick Chamberlain in the chat. You may be new to the channel. Maybe you've typed in a comment before. Welcome to the channel. Tell us how you found out about the original OC channel and consider becoming a member. Great show. Love the watch content. Thank you very much. Remember the diamond watch, the timepiece gentleman Anthony Fair wore. Roman took ownership after have not. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Roman took ownership of it, and you haven't heard anything about it. So what you're referring to is the Girard Perregaux Laureato chandelier. Okay. And the question is, I think, if I remember correctly, Anthony bought it from Roman. GP chandelier. And then at some point, Roman bought it back from Anthony Ferrer because he thought it was going to be he thought he was going to be able to sell it for big money. Let me see if I can find a picture of that here. Let me find a picture. Believe it or not, it's hard to find a picture of it. Yeah, it was like fully iced out. I can't even find a picture of it. But I think, as the last I heard of it, that watch was still in Luxury Bazaar inventory. Now, Luxury Bazaar is in the process of rebranding. If you may have heard that Luxury Bazaar is rebranding. Their two final choices for rebranding are A, the Roman Scharf Company, and B, Scharf & Co. Although there are some very strong contenders that have made it, that are write-in candidates. I understand that the Luxury Bazaar executive team is very strongly considering the Scharfer image. And one of the other ones is Scharfy Luxury. I think so. I think the two top contenders are the Roman Scharf Company and Scharf & Co. But I think also the Scharfer Image and Scharfy Luxury are two other candidates. But I think Roman still has it in his inventory. It's still been sitting there. No one wants to buy it. It's only worth scrap value, the scrap value of the wholesale value of the diamonds. It's worth nothing more. So it's probably worth like 20, 30 grand. I think he bought it back from Anthony for $300,000, if I recall. When you're buying Patek, 5K is pocket change. That's right. If you want to, listen, I like the 6196. I like manual wind. I like the symmetry of it, and I like that it's platinum. As he says, this fits Maldives perfectly. Yeah, Brody. I don't think Maldives' wrist is fugly. David Milgauss. Wow, did you know that Rolex named the Milgauss watch after this guy in the chat, David Milgauss? David Milgauss was one of the key designers, one of the key engineers working on the Milgauss, like a anti-magnetic thing, and they put in like a Anthony Ferrer cage. They put a Ferrer cage to prevent like nuclear material from entering the watch, like atomic blast or whatever, a radiation. And this guy worked for Rolex, and he came up with a patent. And they said, listen, let's name the watch Milgauss after David Milgauss. Both of those salmon or salmon? I think it's salmon, right? It's not salmon. It's salmon. Salmon color. The fish is salmon too, right? The color is salmon, and the fish is salmon. Why do some people say salmon? Do they just not know how to say it? Both of those salmon Calatravas are lovely watches, but I prefer the 5227s. Center seconds. I prefer the 5227 center seconds and Hunter caseback. Oh, you mean the old 5227s? Yeah, they're old 5227s with the Hunter caseback. Let me catch up on the chat. The Q score on this channel is low. Brody. What is the Q score? The Q score. I gotta look that up in the Funkin' Wagnalls. The Q score is the trusted industry standard for measuring consumer appeal of performers, brand ambassadors, influencers, intellectual properties, and brands. Okay. Low. Listen, I've got an extremely low Q score. There's no doubt about that. OC, come on, say it with me. Listen, if there's one of those, I will say it. I will say it just like Britt Pierce says it. Shout out to Britt Pierce. If we get one of those, I'll say it just like she says it. MC Maz in the chat. Evening, sir. Please don't call me sir. People call me sir because I'm old. And listen, that's very disparaging. I have feelings. Evening, sir. Have you tried either of these, OC? Interested in regards to the lug length on both, as that can define, this is very, very formally written, as that can define wearability. Is this John Reardon in the chat? No, MC Maz asks a good question. I have tried on the 6196. I don't recall trying this one on. I think both would probably fit me good or fit me well. I'm wearing a 5396 and a 5396 is a little bit thicker. It's 2 millimeters thicker. This is like 11.3, and this is a 38.5. 38.5. But you want to see it close up, right? 38.5 millimeter case. Looks perfect on my wrist. And I have like maybe a 6 3/4 inch wrist. So I can recommend this. I can recommend the 5396 for wrists 15 centimeters in circumference and larger. Haven't tried. I have. It's been a while since I tried it on though, so I can't really. But if it fits similar to this one, they're gonna fit. Fits just fine. Let's see what else we got here. SE's got a run. Thank you very much for tuning in, and thank you for gifting the membership, guys. Thank you very much, SE. Oh, this one has the Hunter case back too. Oh, okay. This one has the Hunter case back. Got it. Okay, cool. What else? What, Brody? What is this? What is this? This is Logan quality jokes here. We need better quality jokes. Whole Milk, who frankly should be timed out if he doesn't buy a membership. I heard Luxury Bazaar will rebrand as the Watch Studio. Just need to buy the rights from Stefano Della Costa. Stefano is back and scamming dealers. And that's all I'm going to say about that right now. But see, the people in this community, luckily, are familiar with how Stefano stole $500,000 from members of the watch community here. But what happened is in 2025, he resurrected himself and he became... do I want to let the cat out of the bag? I might. Let's just say that he became a trusted dealer. Again, believe it or not, I can't believe it. He used to go around saying that he was member of a trusted dealer group. And turns out that all you had to do to become a member of that group was like pay $250. And then you got certified as a trusted dealer. And then he would go out and tell people, oh, I'm a trusted dealer. Well, would it surprise you to learn that that dealer certified him again as a trusted dealer, even though he stole $500,000 from the watch community? Yep. And we will be reporting on that story very, very soon. Hope I didn't let too much out of the bag. But yeah, I can't believe they did it. But it's true. It is true. Yeah, the Watch Studio. And by the way, he still has Just in Time. Yep, he still has Just in Time. Don't give away your name. Don't dox yourself in the chat. Yeah, you're one of the 2 commenters. Thank you. Thank you, Maldives, for sharing this picture. Let's see here. Appreciate it. Let's close a few tabs here. And let's see. This isn't exactly it, but yeah. This is a representation of the piece that Drake requested from Rolex and purchased. It's okay. I mean, certainly not very versatile. You're not going to wear this a bunch of places, right? 35 likes. You guys did it. You crushed it. We're at 35 likes. Wow, look at this. Father Artifact, member for 22 months. Look at that. He's got these wearing the 6196. Let's pull it up again. Let's pull it up again. Let me pull it up from the official website. The Patek Philippe 6196. Boom. Father Artifact member for 22 months. I'm going to get Kylo. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. Kylo wanted to come out, but then he didn't want to come out. If he wants to come out again, I'll get him. Member for 22 months, Father Artifact. Hey, OC, more crown and cross needed. It's a sickness. Though, don't buy unnecessarily. Just because I recommend the cross and the crown, it doesn't mean you buy unnecessarily. I often recommend that you buy nothing. For people who have lots of Rolex and they have a couple of Pateks already, you don't necessarily need to buy more Rolex and more Patek. But it is, I hope for you, a very healthy sickness, if there is such a thing. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for using your member milestone chats. And of course, he is the proud owner of the Patek 6196. Platinum in platinum. Great, great watch. Oh, by the way, there's some kind of breaking news I want to share with you guys. And this is very consistent with the topic of the watch industry Bill of Rights. Breaking story today. Let's see. I'm going to pull it up from, since Father Artifact is in Canada. Let me pull this up from the Canadian source. Boom. Rolex is suing a Quebec influencer and jewelry store owner. This is breaking news, guys. Breaking news. Rolex is suing a Quebec influencer and jewelry store owner. And they're suing for selling customized watches. Quebec jewelry store owner Bijou Medusa and its owner Julien Dugois are being sued by Rolex for selling customized watches. Rolex alleges that the company is selling modified watches and that the watch parts have Rolex trademarks, making them appear to be genuine Rolex-made products, even though Rolex did not manufacture them, according to the lawsuit. It also alleges that, as a result, Bijou Medusa has committed acts of unfair competition by directing public attention in Canada to its counterfeit goods in such a way as to cause or likely to cause confusion in Canada with Rolex official, authorized, authentic goods and services. Rolex claims damages in excess of $50,000. Now, Bijou Medusa issued a statement saying that all watches sold by them, as well as those currently offered for sale, are authentic. That they do not participate in the use or trade of counterfeit products, and all their products are authentic. But they do defend the fact that they customize and embellish with additional diamonds watches that they sell. So I'm not sure what you guys make of this. Rolex cracking down on what they perceive to be unfair competition in the form of aftermarket embellishment, aftermarket gem setting. So we do have the breaking news. Now, let me share with you back to some of the original topic. Check this out. Let me find this. Yeah, check this out. These are some of the original off-catalog pieces introduced by Rolex earlier this year. These are scary looking, right? Bob NYC's in the chat. Bob NYC, who are all these tiny girl-wristed guys wearing 36 and 38 millimeter watches? Hey, we're not going to have any wrist size shaming here, Bob NYC. We need to listen. I happen to have, my wrist was a lot fatter when I was pudgier, when I was a lot plumper, chubbier. My wrist was around 7 inches, and now it's like maybe 6 3/4. So I lost a lot of weight here in my wrist. So is 6 3/4 small wristed? I don't know. Maybe I am. But check out some of these insane, is to put it politely, off catalog Daytonas. Platinum with the opal dial. Now this is green. This is like very purplish. Then you have white gold with green and purple. It's crazy. This is like some kind of green aventurine. This thing, oh my God, this has got to be the worst of the bunch. Who would buy this? Yellow gold with a yellow dial, like a yellow stone with green. Tourmalines. Who even knows what tourmalines are? And then you have rose gold with a turquoise dial, but the turquoise dial is accented with these awful, like purplish sapphires. If I keep this up on the screen, people will leave. Maybe that's a good thing. When people will leave the live stream. Bought it as OC showed it from Watches and Wonders. Yeah. That's right. I showed it. I did a live stream from Watches and Wonders. There's a lot of people who see watches that I put on my Instagram and end up buying them after that, or I show them during the live stream and end up buying them. Be careful. Check with me first. Sometimes you have to check with me first. In 2026, Piguet created and hosted Homeless of Rolex, a web series in which 6 men experienced homelessness, competed for luxury. Is that true? I'm going to read this again. In 2026, Piguet, who is the subject of this article, okay, who operates this this store called Bijou Medusa. According to Vimal, Duque created and hosted Homeless a Rolex, a web series in which 6 men experiencing homelessness competed for a luxury watch and a cash prize. It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Absolute lunacy. Reach for the clown. What's up? Inside Job is in the chat. Yeah, you're referring to. I mean, are you a clown if you buy this? I don't know. These are very cartoonish, really out there watches. Very out there. We got Space Ace in the chat. There are a lot of people trickling in. Where are you people coming from? Welcome to the chat, Space Ace. Upvote the live stream. Let's get to 40 likes. If you just joined us right now, upvote the live stream. And Space Ace says, one has to be careful with the wrist sizes. Some people take that so seriously. I guess so. People have all kinds of size wrists. I think mine would be considered small to medium size. This watch is, it's not wrong to say this watch is hideous, right? It really is. It's pretty bad. What do you think of the Moses AP? I don't really like this one either. But do you think that, let me ask a question to the chat. Do you think that celebrities and personalities getting these watches creates more of a demand or like a more emphasis on gem set pieces and or off catalog pieces? Like, does it make them more desirable? Does it make them more desirable when you have celebrities getting these? And I'm not calling Moses a celebrity. Moses is like a watch dealer, social media personality. But like celebrity be like Drake or that guy DJ Khaled. You know, does it make you want to get one of these watches? Hey, look at this. We got, and this is a question that's right along the lines of the topic. I came late. What's your take on Drake's 1 of 1 ice Daytona? Let me pull it up. Pull it up right here. Boom. What do I think of it? I mean, people are going goo goo and gaga over it. It's okay. I mean, they call it the ice gradient because it starts off with clear diamonds. Then it kind of, there's a part like right there. If I move your chat, like right here, it kind of goes to clear. So it's like the bezel. Are these sapphires or like, I'm not sure what they are. Sapphires, and then they light sapphires, then they kind of go, and then right here it kind of goes to clear. So the thing with this watch is, and let me pull up a video. It doesn't have a Daytona bracelet. These aren't normal Daytona bracelets. These are special bracelets that are just designed specifically for these aftermarket watches. Let me go to Instagram, or maybe Hypebeast. Instagram would be good. They have the videos. Let me do a search. Let me just pick the right Instagram account to use here. Here's a good one. Check this out. So if you take a look at this video, you'll see that this is not a normal Daytona bracelet. This is actually, it doesn't taper at all. It's the same width. It would be way too hard to gem set and do this with a normal Daytona bracelet. So they actually have a special bracelet, a non-tapering bracelet. So in a way, this is not a full Daytona because it doesn't have the Daytona bracelet. So what do I think of it? It's okay. I mean, this is way too many diamonds for someone who's not a flashy celebrity. Especially he probably paid well over $1 million for this. And for him, $1 million is nothing. So I get it. Let me close a few tabs here. Got a lot of tabs open. And let's just close a few of them. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so what do you think of the bracelet? What do you think of the fact that the bracelet doesn't taper? Does that make it not a full Daytona? What do you think? What do you think in the chat? Clem Lowe's says producer Michael is probably salivating over that Rolex. It's the bracelet, right? That's way over the top. It makes it look like a Jacob & Co. I get it that the Rolex gem setting is great, but this isn't a Daytona bracelet. It's a non-tapering bracelet. It is Rolex. They made it. Brody is not a fan. It's fugly. And Inside Job, whoever Inside Job is, welcome to the channel, Inside Job. This is the original OC channel smartwatch talk for the smart collector. It looks like aftermarket or counterfeit. Yeah, it's not. But someone said earlier that it diminishes. It diminishes the brand. I think that's you, Inside Job. Me personally, it devalues the Rolex brand. You think this devalues it, or does the hype and the publicity around this, is it positive? When I think this is net positive. It's net positive. Vimal asks, or he poses a hypothetical rhetorical question to the chat. I'm confused. Why would Rolex do a piece unique for Drake? There are bigger stars. Maybe those other stars haven't asked. Maybe they haven't asked. If they asked, I'm sure, and they paid up, maybe they would do it. But he wanted this, and it's a laser. It's like laser engraved or something on the back. Let me pull it up. You see here. It says like "Freeze the World" engraved on the back. You don't need to see it. So here you can see it's not really gradient because it's very hard for them to go from blue to light purple to light purple to light purple to light purple then to clear. It just kind of makes it kind of like steps right to clear there. So I mean, he ordered it. That's how he wanted it. Good for him. Not my cup of tea. Right? Does anybody want to jump on the panel? If you want to jump on the panel, type in link in the chat and I'll drop the link for you. If not, that's cool. Let me see if there's anything else happening. I think we covered everything that I wanted to cover. I can't think of anything else that's going on right now. But let me just do a last check. Let's see if there's any very critical watch news. And if there's not very many, if there isn't super critical watch news, maybe I'll just turn you back to. We'll do. We could do Park Bench Ultra Premium. If someone wants to jump on, if not, that's cool too. Someone asked me earlier, by the way, offline, if I was going to be showing the video of Hodinkee doing the tour of the Tudor factory. No, I have no plans to do that. Not interested. Just not interested in doing that. Don't care. Don't care to show the Rolex, the Tudor factory. Rolex made a mistake, according to them all. Now you can expect many celebrities to hound Rolex for their piece uniques. Is that so? You would consider that a bad thing? You think it's bad that that celebrities are going to be clamoring to pay millions of dollars for their piece uniques? Quite possible. Quite possible. Is there? Let's do this. Let's take questions from the audience. Thank you, Vimal, for your comment. Appreciate it. Let's take questions, and if there are no questions and no remaining member milestone chats, free member milestone chats, then I'll probably turn you back over. Oh, by the way, do I show this or do I not show this? Do I show this or not? Okay, hold on a second. All right, hold on a second. Check this out. I want to share with you guys that the Roman Scharf YouTube channel is starting a new series. As you know, the Roman Scharf channel, which is going to be renamed either the Roman Scharf Company channel or Scharf & Co. channel, or it may be renamed the Scharfer Image or Scharfy Luxury, one of those four. I'm not quite sure which of the four they've decided on. Scharfy Luxury has a good ring to it. but could be renamed the Roman Scharf Company channel. They're starting a new series, and that series is called, I want to get this right. Let me see here. It's called where did it go? Oh, it's called it's called Watch Check, which is a new interview. It's a new documentary series called Watch Check, where they do documentaries on leading watch celebrities and industry luminaries. And they've launched their first documentary. Roman Scharf has launched the first documentary, and it's the story of Roman Scharf. So they're doing new documentaries on watch industry icons, and they've chosen the first subject will be Roman Scharf himself, the story of Roman Scharf. So check it out on the Roman Scharf Company channel. The new documentary, The Story of Roman Scharf, available now on YouTube. Any questions? Any questions in the chat? If there are, this will be, we'll do the 2-minute warning. We'll do the 2-minute warning. We'll go, let's see how long we've been going. Okay, we'll go 2 hours. We've gone 1 hour, 52 minutes. We'll go 2 hours even. We will go 2 hours even. I'll just sit here. I'll just sit here and wait for questions. Oh, come on, Brody. Gonna get me in trouble. Will they cover the counterfeit sunglasses? Come on, they're gonna wash. They're gonna wash. That was. I think it was an accidental. It was an accidental shipment. I think that was an accidental. Someone drop shipped the wrong pallet to Luxury Bazaar. So, come on. I mean, yes, they were sued by Luxottica, and they settled out of court, I believe, or the lawsuit was withdrawn. Lawsuit was withdrawn. There's a lot of stuff going on, crazy stuff going on, in the watch market. One of the things that I covered just the other day, and this is unbelievable, but it's according to the Peter Piccolino channel. This is he did an authenticity check and found out that one of his customers bought a watch with a completely counterfeit bracelet. Completely counterfeit bracelet. It's crazy. Be very, very vigilant, guys. At this point, the First Amendment in the watch community bill of rights, which we're convening the global watch community continental Congress. We are going to demand that watch groups and watch platforms have a zero tolerance policy for aftermarket, custom, and counterfeit goods. We have to do it, guys. We have to do it. We cannot let these platforms continue to push and promote and conduct commerce of counterfeit merchandise. Hey, look at this. Super chat. D Wood Coffee Company, $5 super chat. Do you think we are done with the new releases from the approved brands plus VC for the year? VC for the rest of the year is an approved. They're in the Holy Trio. We've kicked AP out of the Holy Trio for the rest of the year. They may come back later, but they haven't done anything this year to warrant being in it. So Vacheron, we're putting Vacheron in the Holy Trio now, and AP's out. So Vacheron has replaced AP in the Holy Trio. So Vacheron's in. Vacheron's done some good stuff over the past couple of years. 1921, new smaller perpetuals. I can't remember the Steel 22. They did some stuff. The Everest 2. Everest 2 is a hot watch. Right? Everest 2 is a hot watch. But are we done with the new releases? I think AP better come out with some bangers before the end of the year. They're not going to make it back in the Holy Trio for 2027. They're just not. AP is just like, everyone I know is either not buying AP or selling AP. And that's not a good sign. These guys that are buying these piece uniques, they're buying Rolex. They're not buying AP. The guy who bought his Grail watch, Moses, he bought an AP. That's the kind of people who are going after AP these days. Moses. Are we done? Listen, I think there's a chance that Patek may come out with some different Nautiluses because it is the 50th anniversary of the Nautilus. It's possible they come up with new, different, non 50th anniversary models. I hope AP comes up with some good stuff. But I think, we could be pretty much done. We could be pretty much done, guys, for the rest of the year. Super chat. Thank you, D Wood Coffee Company. The $5 super chat. Really, really appreciate it. Whole Milk says, OC, did you see JJ Reddick's comments on selling his watch? Actually, I did hear something about this. I don't know who the guy is. JJ Reddick. Who the fuck's that guy? Who cares who he is? JJ Reddick watches. Okay, let's pull it up, OC. Pull it up. Okay, hold on a second. First of all, I'm going to stop sharing. Boom. And then I'm going to reshare. Let me find this one. Boom. I think it's this.
Got to a place, man, with watches where it was like an all-consuming thing. And I mean, you guys have both been around me. Like, I have an obsessive and an addictive personality. When I'm really into something, I just go all out on it. And it's one of the reasons, I've had a long basketball career because that is my first love. But, I got into watches.
Okay, so apparently this guy is some kind of basketball guy. I don't know JJ Reddick, but some kind of guy, some kind of a basketball guy.
So hard, man. It was taking up too much of my time. And it got to the point where I'm like, yo, this is such a selfish pursuit. It's like no one's getting any enjoyment out of this except me. Like my wife's not benefiting from this.
And well, if you don't have a group of friends and you don't have like a private WhatsApp group, or listen, I think that's why this channel does so well, is because we're able to take something that is very personal, and it's something that typically isn't shared with loved ones and close family members, but it's shared with a community of friends. So I think he just doesn't have the right. He should be watching the stream. He should be a member of the Original OC channel, and he'd probably get more enjoyment. He probably would have gotten way more enjoyment from his collection. He didn't share anything with anybody because the rest of his teammates weren't watch people, and he didn't find this. My
kids aren't like, my friends aren't like. I'm the only person wearing the watches.
Yeah.
Jack, I sold everything, man.
Okay, so he sold everything. He sold everything. JJ Riddick on why he sold his entire watch collection.
You ever heard the phrase, your possessions shouldn't possess you?
Yes.
Your possessions shouldn't possess you. So he felt possessed. He was possessed, guys. Possessed. We do only watch talk here. We just do boring watch talk. He was possessed.
I got to a place, man, with watches where it was like an all-consuming thing. And I mean, you guys have both been around me. Like I have an obsessive and an addictive personality.
Ooh, if you're in sports to have an addictive personality, that's not good. So Jonathan Smith, he's a coach of the Lakers. Look, we got Brendan Boswell in the chat. Brendan Boswell is like the YouTuber. He's been all over YouTube recently with his scathing indictment against some of those. Now Brendan likes different watch brands than I do. He likes like a broad spectrum of watch brands, Rolex, Patek, like the OC approved brands, but he also likes more middle of the road and accessible watch brands. And I'm not a big fan of those brands, but it's good to see. It's good to see we're attracting new people in the chat. Brendan Boswell. If anybody wants to jump on the stream, you're more than welcome. Just let me know. I'll drop the link, and you can hop on. We do watch talk here. We don't do nonsense. So anyone who's wants to talk watches is more than welcome to join. Oh, let's go back to this. Let's see, JJ Riddick.
When I'm really into something, I just go all out on it, and it's
so. I understand, like, watch collectors do tend to spend a disproportionate amount of time. Some would even say an unhealthy amount of time talking watches and obsessing about watches. The real key is that you have to have friends and a support system that allows you to have those discussions, healthy discussions, constructive discussions about where do you want to take your collection, what your watch collecting strategy should be. If you're getting enjoyment out of watches, I mean, Brody came up with cost per wear, which is now one of the de facto KPIs that's being used by watch collectors worldwide to determine how they consolidate their collection. So we come up with very smart tools and strategy for collectors to get the absolute most enjoyment out of watches. And he didn't have that support system. He doesn't watch this channel. He doesn't have a WhatsApp group with friends who were into watches. So he wasn't able to enjoy a watch. So he sold his collection. That was a big mistake, probably.
One of the reasons, I've had a long basketball career because
one of the reasons he's had a long basketball career is because he had an addictive personality. Obsessive and addictive personality
is my first love, but I got into watches so hard, man. It was taking up too much of my time, and it got to the point where I'm like,
it doesn't take up too much. Listen, watches don't take any more than 40 to 50 hours a week for me. I set a cap. Listen, guys, don't spend more than 40 to 50 hours per week being involved in watches. The link to join the panel, boom, it's in the chat. Drop the link. I might be able to join. He's well. Listen, people are, as long as they talk watches, people are allowed to talk watches. Brendan's kind of a YouTube celebrity at this point. And listen, if he jumps on, fair game. You can shoot your questions for Brendan in the chat. Let's see. Let's keep going.
Yo, this is such a selfish pursuit. You know, it's like no one's getting any enjoyment out of this except me.
It's not. Well, it is selfish. It's selfish in the sense that family members don't understand, the wives don't understand. That's why you have to be smart with your collection, because there's a huge opportunity cost in having a watch collection, and you need to make sure that you're being financially sound, that you're buying watches that are going to hold value or appreciate in value, because you're robbing your family of your retirement if you're not investing properly. Watches are assets, guys. Just as Britt Pierce said, watches are assets. And in many cases, you got to treat them like investments, because there's a huge opportunity cost. If you spend $200,000 or $300,000 or pounds on watches, and that money isn't properly invested, 10, 15, 20 years from now, when you go to retire, you've lost out on hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of dollars, because that money wasn't properly invested. Jonathan Smith asks, did you hear? Oh yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible. We don't really cover that nonsense on this channel. Those kind of characters have a long history of I don't want to say the T word, but it's pro. Can't even type that in the chat. But supporting people who are pro T. I mean, terrible. Yeah, not even go with it. Not even go with that. Let's see if we get to the end of the clip here.
My wife's not benefiting from this. My kids aren't.
No, if you bought watches that sell for over retail, your wife and kids did benefit. If you bought Rolex Daytonas, you bought Patek Philippe Nautiluses, if you bought Royal Oaks, you bought things. If you bought smart, if you bought the OC approved watches, you did.
Friends aren't I'm the only person wearing the watches.
Yeah.
Jack, I sold everything.
All right. So the guy made a mistake. He didn't have the right support system. That was his problem. Absolutely his problem. Now, is it a mistake? I mean, Drake has incredible amount of disposable income. Not undisposable. That's not even a real word, right? So if Drake wants to plop down $1 million on a watch, he can do it. He's worth tens of millions of dollars, maybe even hundreds of million. Who knows, right? So let's see. So but I mean, some of these off catalog Daytonas, come on. Look at this. Hey, look at this. Welcome to the channel now. YouTube royalty. This is the first time having him on the channel. We're going to talk watches. Brendan Boswell. What's up?
How are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Welcome to the show.
I forgot I'm on this way now. Let me just change this to this way. How are you, man?
How did you even find out about this channel? I'm surprised. I'm shocked.
Do you want the truth?
Uh-oh. No, don't. Never. Don't. No. Skip it. So let me ask you this question.
I just want to talk watches. I went to a channel the other night and said, "Can we just talk watches?" Nobody wants to talk about watches. Nobody.
That's all we do here.
All these live watch channels, and none of them want to talk watches. It's hilarious. Yeah.
There does seem to be a large proportion of channels that are troll. Like they have a panel of trolls that just talk about. Nonsense about what I mean. They're talking about they're commenting about what other channels that comment about channels that comment about channels do. You know?
I mean, for me, I did a video on Friday I got home, I think I would like to say about 4 o'clock, and by 9 o'clock that evening, I dropped the video.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an okay video. It's not my best work, and it's got like 1,000 watch hours since I launched it, and 6,000 views.
What was the topic?
I was just walking around Liverpool, watch shopping, doing what we're supposed to be doing. But what's interesting, I'm not braggadocious. I'm just this is what interests me is I only have like 11,000 subscribers. So getting 6,000 views is the equivalent of me having 100,000 subscribers and 50,000 views, right?
Yep.
But my returning customers per month is 55,000, right? I was looking at the stats today, and so I get a returning audience of 55,000 that love to hate me, but I'm still, if you look at my channel, there's a ton of watch content on there. And I think if you look at the live streams that are dedicated to everything but watches, they're not pulling in the views or any of the numbers. They just love to hate on us that actually go out there and do some real content. But I'm very happy to talk about watches all day long because I actually love watches.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. Do you think that when you have because you have a whole bunch of different content, that is the Coke, the Rolex Coke on a Jubilee bracelet?
I take people on a journey. So, but the start to finish of this has all been documented, and even getting this bracelet has all been documented. But all the haters just want to hate on me, right?
Let me ask you about that. Because you do a lot of controversial content, you cover other YouTubers on your channel, but also watch content. Do you think that the commentary that you do about other YouTubers that brings in the real watch people, and they end up staying for the watch content?
No. If the Liverpool video, that's what they want me to do. That's got me 20 new subscribers. It's made me a few pounds, whatever. My controversial videos gets me negative subscriber growth, load of hassle, death threats, which is just hilarious to me. And it doesn't do the channel any good, but I want to just burn it all down. But my whole motivation is to get the message out there about watches, and along the way, everybody likes to fuck people over, and I won't take it lying down. Sorry for swearing. I won't take it lying down. Yeah.
What's your particular philosophy in terms of like your channel's main pieces of advice to watch collectors? Like, what's the main things you're trying to impart upon them in terms of their watch collecting strategy?
Honestly, I just take people on a journey. That's all I'm trying to do. Again, this watch, I repurchased it 8 weeks ago, and I then ordered a Jubilee bracelet direct from the AD, right? And I documented how to do it. And since I bought this watch, 4 of my subscribers have repurchased this watch. One of my subscribers had it sitting in his safe for nearly 8 years, and it was a gift from his parents who are now dead.
And never wore it.
He just reached out to me and said, "I've just got the bracelet," and he sent me a video of him wearing it on this bracelet. He hasn't worn this watch and he got it in 2007. He got one of the last ones, and then another subscriber, when I put out a video at the weekend saying, "Listen, this little watch is great, but in hot weather, it's trying to kill me because it's so tight." He's now sent me a link for a company that make a aftermarket link that you can hook up to this old bracelet, even though this is a brand new one, and add the micro adjustment. You know the Easy Link?
Yep. Yeah.
So my thought process now, even though I don't want to do it, I'll just go and buy the Easy Link, and then I will show people that part of the journey. So that's all I'm trying to do. But along the way, everybody likes to fuck me over, and I just won't take it lying down. You know what I'm trying to say to you? And then a lot of people like to use my name, and because they know it'll get views. But this little guy with 10,000 subscribers has quite a large reach, I think, and I don't know. I don't know why.
Well, a lot of times the smaller channels have more loyal followers, and they have
real loyal followers.
Well, Well, yeah, I mean, this channel only has maybe, I don't even know how many subscribers. Probably like
You've got
maybe
two. You've got
1,000.
two for me. You've got two for me. I've got two channels. I gave you
Two
two subscribes.
two
So
accounts. Thanks.
yeah, they're real. My other channel is monetized as well. It's a real channel. It's the MK2 channel. It's there. It's a real. So it's not. You haven't got two fake subscribers. You've got two real ones. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Like we all know the story, like about the channels that have fake subscribers and they pay QQ
Yeah.
to buy bots and all that stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
but you're too small to actually to deal
I
with
did
that
it.
kind
I
of
did it. I
nonsense.
did it. I did it as a test. I tried it through the YouTube has a studio, a back room that we know about, that every YouTuber has access to. And on the top right, this thing flashed up on my screen: promote your channel. It's done through YouTube. I tested it. It's dog shit. It's fake. You get fake views. You get people subscribed that have no clue they've been subscribed to you. And then I realized this is what people are doing. It's pay to play. And I tested it. It works. But if you were to suddenly pay for 10,000 new subscribers, I guarantee you on your next video, you will get the same amount of views because those subscribers are not real.
Yeah.
Or they
I've
don't.
never
It's,
I've never
yeah,
bought a view here. I've never bought a
yeah,
subscriber. As a matter of fact, I don't take a penny. Most people know this. I don't take a penny from a brand. I don't take a penny from retailers. Even
yeah,
people who want to do stuff like I like the Case in Time watch cases, and they gave me
yeah,
a promo code for my viewers, which is Original OC, and they get the
yeah,
biggest discount that you can get on Case in Time. But I don't receive any free cases from them. I'm sure they wanted to send me some cases, but I don't want them. I won't accept them. That's just the way
yes.
I have to run my channel, because I don't accept any form of payment whatsoever from brands or retailers, because I think once you do
Yeah.
that, you're
Well,
compromised. And I mean, the people who promote, I mean, they say like Rolex is the best brand, and then they're promoting some garbage
well,
shitter or whatever it is. It's like,
I
you,
always put the paid up, but because of my efforts, Adrian Barker, Brett Pierce, even Oisin O'Malley, about 3 hours after he's put the video out, will put up the paid. Because they know that they're getting highlighted. My biggest concern is that some people are dumb and they'll believe what these idiots say, that this is the greatest watch, it's a game changer, it's a better watch than a Rolex, and buy the bloody thing. And the fact that you put the paid up, that's supposed to make you realize that what they're saying is a complete lie. And when I'm gifted a watch, Timex gifted me 3 free watches after I'd purchased 3 of their watches, right?
yeah,
And I did a hatchet job on the watches. I said that, the watch is nice, but I wouldn't buy it. And then Timex weren't too happy with me, and I'm running the I'm telling the truth channel, not the you should buy this watch channel.
yeah,
But again, Timex offered me a kickback. It's the same as all of them do. If you click the link and you buy the watch, I would have got 10%. And again, I said no thanks. But I am affiliated with Artem Straps. And what happened with me with them is they offered me an affiliates link. I told them no, and I thought that would be the end for us. So then I said to them, listen, I need to buy a few of your straps. And they actually keep sending me them. But what will happen is they'll launch 10 new straps. And I'll just say, send me this one. And they'll send me one because that's all I want. Uh, and the link in the description is not connected to me.
yeah. For the record, I do not promote or support Artem straps. I don't actually love aftermarket straps.
Oh, I love the
I
app stuff. Love
I
it.
hate
Love it.
them.
Love
Hate
it.
them. Hate
I
them.
love it.
By the way,
I ha-
what the breaking news today, which kind of broke around midnight last night, was this watch that Drake commissioned from Rolex, which has like a gradient ice blue
yeah.
kind of. What do you think of this?
Just goes to show money doesn't buy you class, does it?
It's, I mean, it's his vision, and I get it. And then on the back has like freeze the whatever on it, engraved on it. But and
It's not wearable, is
celebrities,
it?
no, I mean, none of these are particularly wearable. I mean, you've seen the off catalog Daytonas
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Rolex introduced. Look at this. I
But the
mean,
type of
these,
person that can afford that watch, they're just collecting, and they've got more money than they've got more money than money. It's just another toy. It's just another trinket, isn't it?
But I mean, doesn't uh objective, not quality, but objective beauty kind of have to take precedence when you look at something like some of these objectively just aren't good looking watches. I mean, it's not wrong. Just, I mean, look at this. Who's going to really like this?
I mean, I hate all of them. There was only one dial. There was only one diamond dial I would have, but I can never say it right. The Heisenkiesel, the Heisenkiesel.
Eisenkiesel, yeah.
This idiot was in a room with a grey market dealer. It was a 36 though, and he offered to me for 29,000 2 years ago, and I didn't buy it. I'm thinking because it was too much then. Jesus, right? And that's got diamond markers, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah,
that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. That's a mess. But if you've got more money than sense,
Let me see here if I can pull that up.
It may not have. I'm pretty sure it had. I may be wrong on the. Man, as you get older, your brain doesn't work. I know what I want to say, but I can't say it. Yeah, it has. It is diamonds, isn't it?
Yeah, diamond and baguette hour markers. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I sat there and I hummed and hawed over like 28 grand on that. What an idiot.
28 grand. I mean, 28,000 pounds. Really?
Yeah, that would have been a bargain then. Yeah, that was a bargain. Yeah,
this one has like the grains. In the United States, they call this the Jason Pollock because it looks like it's splashed paint.
Yeah, but it was just, it was just a 36. I've tried everything to wear a 36. I just can't do it.
So did you see this as you were coming on? People were talking about this coach of the LA Lakers who said that he sold his entire watch collection because he had nobody to talk to. He thought it was a very selfish hobby. His wife couldn't relate. His kids didn't care. Did you see this video?
I'm confused. Why didn't he buy his wife one?
Well, maybe. I mean, my wife doesn't love watches either. Just recently, she said she wanted a Rolex, but she hasn't really been like into watches. But you have to have a good support system. You have to have a good group of people, either in a WhatsApp group or friends that you talk to. Well, I mean, otherwise it's a very insular kind of hobby because you're really just wearing the watch for yourself and enjoying it for yourself. And it can get kind of lonely, right?
Well, then he's got bigger issues. If it's not about watches, it's bigger. He's got a bigger problem than watches, hasn't he? Because my wife, my daughter, my home, my dogs, they complete me. To me, a watch is an inanimate watch. It's a watch. I think maybe there's a lot more wrong with this guy. I'm not, what I mean? Maybe he's just broke and has to sell them and has to come up with a reason to get rid of them. I don't know.
Let's listen a little bit to what he says.
You think, man? You ever heard the phrase "your possessions shouldn't possess you"?
Yes.
I got to a place, man, with watches where it was like an all-consuming thing. And I mean, you guys have both been around me. Like, I have an obsessive.
How many hours a week do you spend thinking or obsessing about watches? I mean, it's different for you because you're a content creator on YouTube, so it's kind of part of. It's always in your mind, but it's hours and hours a week for sure, right?
I don't know, man, because I don't know. It's just, I don't think I'm a content creator. I think I'm on it by accident, and I could do a beautiful video, and I could.
So, how do you characterize yourself? Are you a watch collector that happens to do YouTube, or are you a YouTuber that is also a watch? Are you a YouTuber first or a watch collector first?
I have a real fucking job. This isn't even my job. I mean, I work all the time, and then I go out. I make more in a day than I make in a month on YouTube when I work. I mean, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing on here, but I think because I can multitask and I cycle, I like white watches. But my first videos, I mean, they were just me talking about watches, and then it just just got slightly better at the editing, and then but it's no fun documenting what you're doing. It kind of ruins the whole experience. Every time I bought a watch, it ruins the entire experience. You know, filming an unboxing, it just ruins everything.
But you did.
But
But you said you the goal of your channel is really to take your viewers on a journey. So you're
yeah,
the one who you have to. So in a way, you're sacrificing your own enjoyment to
yeah,
document.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Because
Right.
when I went to buy this watch, I had to get there an hour before I filmed and actually buy it. I had to hand over £10,000 to buy this watch.
Yep.
And I had to go in as a buyer first with my lube. I had to check it. There was things I wasn't happy about it. Then when I finally purchased, I handed over the money. And then I had to do the fake bit of this where I'm walking down the stairs and filming the whole thing and all this kind of stuff. And I think you've just ruined the entire experience. And then, you know, I had to say to my wife, you know, I've got to film, so go and have food on your own somewhere else. It just ruins the whole experience. Then I did something really funny. I thought it was funny, but nobody gets my sense of humor. So
Yeah. So but you often talk about like the money generated from YouTube. I generate like almost zero from this, and we've actually raised
yeah,
over the last 2.5 years maybe at least $30,000 or $40,000 for charitable causes. We run when
yeah,
we do unboxings here. All of the we send people send money directly to the charities involved, and
yeah.
that's kind of a kind of a
That's the
interesting.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we've taken in a way like we've inoculated ourselves from criticism because the people who support the channel, who are the smartest collectors in the world, I like to say, are people who are also the most generous and philanthropic, and they
Yeah.
show with their generosity what it means to be part of this community. So, like, do you think that it separates people who are blatantly trying to do this just to generate money?
I
You
think
know,
when it's your only source of income, you take it to a different level. You cannot be trusted because you're constantly. I call it juicing. Everything is about juicing to get the money and get the coin in. It
but ad
just
revenue isn't the source. I mean, I guess when
no
you have
no
a big
no.
corporate channel, your Britt Pierce or your Adrian Barker or somebody like that, you're relying on the ad revenue is paying for the content.
No, no,
But
no, no. This is how they make the money. I don't want to try act like a
oh,
smart
okay, I know what you're talking.
ass.
You're going to talk about product sponsorships and
Yeah, because
product placement and all
the,
that stuff.
the,
Yeah,
so if Adrian puts out a video with 60,000 views at £4 per thousand, that's not gonna pay,
got it.
right? So when he puts out his video, he is getting between £5,000 and £10,000 from a sponsor. That's the
Right,
minimum he's getting.
gotcha.
And that's where the money is. And if he does 10 sponsored videos a year, just do the math. Brett Pierce is the same, but O'Sheen is 5,000 a video, and then it just scales. Would you believe that Nico Leonard to just have a watch in his hand and just scream, "It's a belter! It's a belter! It's a belter!" is £20,000 because of the reach. So that's how they make the money. It's not through. Uh, it's not through the. You know, that just wouldn't keep the lights on or anything. You know.
Right,
So
got it. So it's through the. I mean, some people will run a sponsored like this
yeah,
stream is brought to you by so and so, and they pay whatever $1,000, and then a lot of it
yeah,
is the brands themselves,
yeah.
are the
It's
watch
it's all
brands
brand based.
paying for the reviews. Yeah.
And there was one guy I caught recently, and like I said, people love to sue people, but nobody sued me. Like there's a guy called the Mad Watch Collector. He has 300,000 subscribers and only gets 30,000 views per video. And I caught him mid buying subs and views in a month. And then he got funny with me. So I went full on against him. And then he's now gets no sub growth because he stopped paying for them. And his channel is doing a hell of a lot more promotional videos because I caught him doing it in the act. But they're doing this to fool sponsors. And how you know is if you go to a video with, let's say, 60,000 views and you see 32 comments, you know that that's been boosted. It's as simple as that. And I can't believe how stupid sponsors are. But that's how they make the money. So a lot of these people are just doing everything to get a paid video in. And that's how they make the money.
And that happens on all levels. So that happens with budget brands who are with watches in the under $5,000 category. But then there's also big brands like Audemars Piguet that will pay influencers and collaborators to do stuff with them, and they'll do.
I don't think they have to pay. I think they gave one guy a watch recently, and he was over the moon to have it, but they didn't give it to a big influencer. They gave it to a smaller influencer. They lent him the watch. I mean, that's a family-run business. They're not dummies. But
they do.
That's how they make the money. So any YouTuber that comes on and tells you that this watch is better than a Rolex is a lying shit, right? Yeah. But you've just got to. I'm going to say that I love my Longines Hydro Conquest, right? And I'm going to say it's fantastic for the money. I'm going to tell you it's better than a shooter. Right, it performed better. The finish is better, and I love it. I'm going to buy one for my future son-in-law. That is the truth, because I bloody bought the watch. But I recently found out about a YouTuber who did a video on the Longines Hydro Conquest, and he bought it and then refunded it a couple of days later because he only bought it to do a video about it. So you can't. There's so many disingenuous people out there. You've really just got to take it all with a pinch of salt.
Yeah. Fred has a good comment. It's funny, different perceptions of budget watches. For example, $5,000 is a budget watch. What do you consider? I mean, how do you classify the different stratifications of watch values? Like, do you see like under 2,000, 2,000 to 5,000, 5,000? Like, where do you see like the entry level collector versus the entry level luxury versus luxury? And what are the best watches and best brands, in your opinion, in each of those categories?
The problem is, my memory is terrible. I used to know everything about Omega, and now my brain is gone. I used to know everything about Tudors, and I really lost interest. I'm going to be very biased at the moment to say that I'm all in with Rolex, and I've recently fallen in love with Longines. But I think most of their watches are horrible looking, apart from the new Hydro Conquest. I would call the Hydro Conquest a budget watch under $2,000.
It's $2,000 watch, right? Yeah. Would you?
But I think it's $2,500 for you. I'm in pounds. So
the conundrum that I have with watches that are under $10,000 is that I think everybody who's looking at a $2,000 to $5,000 watch eventually wants to own a Rolex. You know, like eventually, like I think a good luxury watch for them is a Rolex Submariner or a Rolex Datejust. So in order to buy if you're buying a $2,000 watch and then a $3,000 watch, and then you spend $5,000 on an Omega and $4,000 on Tudor, before you know it, you spent $10,000 or $15,000 on 3 or 4 watches that end up eventually being drawer watches by the time you get to the Rolex Submariner or the Datejust that you really want. And those watches end up being irrelevant. Those 3 or 4 watches you bought become irrelevant. And so I hope that people, and I know it's a lot to ask, but that people consider leapfrogging those brands like Longines, Oris, Doxa, Tudor, Omega, Zenith, etc., and go, even though you may not afford it, go for Rolex at the beginning, because that might be your one and done, and that watch will hold value. That watch will hold value over time versus buying the Tudor, the Omega, the Longines, whatever, and then you find out that those watches, when you go to trade them in because you're not wearing them anymore, those watches are basically worthless.
Yeah, I just sold 3 watches. One was 11,700, and I just sold it for 6,500. One, and the other 2 I got my money back on. I sold a white Speedy for what I paid for it, but I didn't buy it new. And I just sold a Panerai for exactly what I paid for it. But I got lucky. Panerai put in a whopping big price increase in January in the United Kingdom, which allowed me to get out of a Panerai that I got 18% off for break even, because it now was £600 more than it was at MSRP. I got lucky on that one. But I just took a massive massive dump on an Omega, massive dump.
Yeah, I encourage viewers that if they have Tudor, Omega, or Zenith in their collection, to actually, this is a good time to divest, to look at your collection, consolidate. If you're not wearing those watches anymore, try to get what you can for them.
Yeah,
Streamline your collection, and even if you have too many Rolex, now's a good time to sell a couple of Rolex and make sure your cost per wear is very good.
I don't think it's a good time to sell anything. I just bought this for 10,000, but 2 months before I bought this for 10,000, I lost 3,500 on what would be considered to be a Grail watch, a rare watch that nobody wanted, and that was a Rolex Submariner Long F, a very rare watch. But I never wore it, so I don't think it's a good time to sell. I think it's a good time to sell privately. It's a good time to, if you have a friend that wants to buy a watch, or a subscriber, or you can get subscribers together so that they don't take such a big hit.
Right.
I sold all 3 of my watches to subscribers, by the way. If I'd have sold them to grey market dealers, I'd have really lost my shirt.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that's going on right now is these prices that you see on Chrono24 and eBay and all these, those aren't real market prices. The real market price today is if you have to liquidate your watch, what is the trade-in value of watch? And people need to realize that when they're buying a watch, that they have to take into account what the trade-in value of that thing's going to be in 2 or 3 years. So you can make an informed decision. Is this watch a smart choice? Because there's so much competition, and Rolex makes so many great watches that it's 9 times out of 10, it's probably, unless you're a mega collector with $1 million collection and a lot of disposable income, probably makes more sense just to get a Daytona and a GMT Master 2 and a Submariner, and get different collections within Rolex to create that diversity.
But what if you had all of them? What would you do after that?
Well, I think that's a good question. There's a theory in watch collecting that people go, when they get to Rolex, they eventually get bored of Rolex, and then they go to Patek and they buy 1 or 2 dress watches. And then once they've gone to Patek, then they go to independent brands and they start to seek out more exclusivity with things like F.P. Journe, Reshep, Simone Barrette, Laurent Ferrier, Romain Gauthier, those kinds of independent brands where you have more of a connection with the watchmaker himself, and reduced volume. You're not talking about 5,000 watches made per year. You're talking about 200 or 300 watches per year. Do you agree that that's a progression of a natural collector, that with means?
I think I got lucky with the YouTube channel. I've done some pretty stupid things. I've gone through 17 Tudor watches. I've gone through every Omega ever made, even a 321. I've had a Snoopy, a 321, a World Timer, every Omega you can imagine I've owned. You have to be selected to get a 321 if you fall for that BS. But full circle, I have more Rolexes coming. I have an AP coming. I've already chosen the Patek Philippe I'm buying, but I'm going to buy it on the grey market because it's about 12,000 less on the grey. I think I'm almost. We love dogs here, but I think I'm almost done. But I collect Rolexes. I have a couple of Rolexes, and I was out gardening today using a shovel with this one on, and I managed to nick the clasp. Maybe I should have taken it off, but like I think Rolexes are made for wearing. So
I mean, Rolexes can definitely take a beating, and then in 20 or 25 years, get a service, and it comes back brand spanking new. It really does look brand new.
I mean, maybe you might lose money on them, but you can sell them very quickly if you pass away or you're in trouble. The Rolex is what you can sell it immediately. You can either consign it and get more, or sell it immediately. Most other brands, even Patek Philippe and AP, grey market dealers will not buy them off you now. They will only take them on consignment. And I'm a great believer that, you know, Rolex, if anything happens to me, my wife could just sell a Rolex every couple of years, whatever. She has one herself. So I think they're a very good asset, not investment, long term.
There's a very famous gray market dealer in the United States. His name is Moses the Jeweler, and
Right.
his Grail watch for a long time was this open worked gem set
Yeah.
Royal Oak. I think it's white gold and it's set in diamonds and rubies on the bezel and looks like kind of like a spaghetti, like a plate of spaghetti on the inside. What's your
Right.
opinion of this watch in particular, and just the Royal Oak and its iconic place in the history of watches?
For me personally, I've got an attachment to the Royal Oak. The Royal Oak was, my brain is just fudge at the moment, but the Royal Oak was launched in 72 in March.
1972. Yeah.
In March. That's my birth year. So I was born in the February, and then the Royal Oak was launched. And on my 50th birthday, they brought out the 50th anniversary of the Royal Oak. And they still make that watch today, but now they've taken the 50th off the oscillating weight at the back. And I will be getting one of them at some point from AP. And what's really nice about AP is they give you two weights. So one, you can have three initials on it, and then they give you another one as well. They also give you 2 years insurance, theft insurance on top.
Do they still do that?
Yeah. 2 years
Coverage.
insurance. You get 5-year warranty, 2 years insurance. So you could theoretically put the watch on, wear it everywhere, anywhere, and if it got stolen, they will replace it allegedly. I don't know how they're going to replace the watch when they only make 50,000 a year, but that's what they said. So, but my point is this: if I'm outside of a Rolex shop filming and I've got a £25,000 AP on, I'm just saying, Brenny's here, come rob me. This guy has just bought this watch.
Mm-hmm.
And he's very famous, and he's now wearing it on social media. He's like a moving target for that, and there will be people that will come after him to rip that off his wrist. And I don't know why these guys are so showy when they're a moving target. I've never understood it.
Yeah.
I think it's a beautiful watch, but if he bought that and he really wants it, he should have kept it quiet and not talked about it and just wore it when he was out at special occasions. But he's now putting a "come rob me." How much is that watch?
This is probably $1 million watch that he spent
Okay,
on
so
this.
where's he gonna wear that watch? I mean, look who he is. He can't go anywhere with the watch.
He's a dealer on 47th Street, which is the diamond district, the jewelry district here in New York City. So
Yeah.
these guys wear these. I mean, you can see he's wearing a giant iced out Cuban link chain.
Didn't the guy with the Richard Mille get robbed in his house as he was coming home by three guys? Do you remember that one?
Yeah, it is. I mean,
hasn't he gone very quiet now, or have I missed that?
that kind of stuff unfortunately happens all the time.
Yeah.
Different dealers get robbed. So I mean, the biggest issue with these guys is like their routine. If they don't mix up their routine, then someone has the ability to follow them from their home or their apartment to their work. If they're doing the same thing every day, someone's going to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I was wearing this in Liverpool all day, filming, and I because I know Liverpool, I know the security are watching everybody in Liverpool. I feel pretty safe in Liverpool. But while I was filming, I'm not going to call him a subscriber. He later said he was a subscriber. A subscriber came up to me, started talking to me, but only because I was standing in front of a watch shop. If I'd been anywhere else, I wouldn't have been recognized because I'm nobody. But he can't go anywhere wearing that watch. He couldn't go to a nightclub on his own or with his friends wearing that watch. He's going to have security, right? But the funny thing is, he's probably going to have
he
made.
always has an entourage around him.
Yeah.
So.
There was another thing I saw recently where there's a main character from the Fast and the Furious movies, right? He's a really cool dude, right? And he did an interview where everything he was wearing was fake. Did you see that interview? I don't know his name. But he takes everything off and throws it on the table. He said, it's all fake because I've been robbed so many times. I wear all fake stuff now. So maybe
Oh yeah,
Moses.
yeah, yeah. I saw something about that on
Yeah,
Instagram recently.
and he also said he would go back to his house and the diamond earring that he left on the bedside table would suddenly be missing. He'd go to the cleaner, "Where's my diamond earring?" And she would go, "What earring?"
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So again, for Moses, I mean, so I would just think that if you're a public figure, you want to be really careful about flashing stuff like that. I mean, it's just back to the watch. I wouldn't wear it. I think it's gaudy. So, would you wear that watch?
That's not my personal cup of tea for sure. Let me share it.
Yeah.
It's I mean I do think it's interesting to go off catalog and to get tasteful gem set stuff.
Yeah.
But it's hard to draw the line between tasteful and what actually most people don't consider diamond bezels even tasteful. They consider that, especially men.
I gotta tell you, I don't hate that because I do like APs, but I don't know where you're gonna wear it. I don't hate the watch. I just think I just think you'd want to live in some place like Dubai where it's very safe and you can just wear it. I don't know how you're gonna wear that. I don't.
Yeah. Let me see if I have another picture here. Well, this one is pretty famous. Let me see. They make a ruby version and they make a sapphire version. Let me just find the right picture.
But he would have had to go on a journey with AP. They're not just going to make him that watch. Plus he's a grey market dealer. I don't know how they're selling direct to a grey market dealer.
No, he didn't buy it direct. He bought it from a private transaction.
Oh God, that's death to that person then, unless it's out of warranty.
Well, it was a one of one that was made for somebody, and yeah. And then that person.
Do you know what happens when you pick up an AP and you sell it to a grey market dealer?
Well, we have people in the community that have done that over and over again with impunity, So I think the different people get treated differently. Some people just don't give a fuck, Brendan, and just they'll buy watches and sell them, and they won't have any problem at all.
Well, they must. I'm not going to cast aspersions, but this is what I've been told happens: is you get that free 2-year warranty, that insurance. So when somebody else buys it, they re-register.
But yeah, and then you're going to get outed. You're going to get blacklisted, basically. Yeah.
And then you get a phone call from AP saying you're blacklisted. But I did hear a funny where the guy rang a friend of mine and said he got blacklisted for 2 years. No, you dumbass. That means you're blacklisted forever. So, yeah. I think if you're going to flip an what I like about this certain APs, you could buy it, wear it for 2 years, enjoy it, and get all your money back after the 2 years. And I can't see them being annoyed with you if you've worn it for 2 years. So,
well, I think certain models they expect to be resold. I don't think it makes a lot of sense for Royal Oaks to be resold unless you're replacing it with a more complicated, your perpetual calendar or double balance or open work or something like that. But we have people in our close circle here and people in our community that easily will have 2 or 3 or 4 Royal Oaks with just different materials. One being ceramic, one being bulk metallic glass, titanium, one with a different color dial. So they just they enjoy having that kind of variety, even though the watches to a layperson look very, very similar.
The best thing you can do is if you flip your watch is just keep your mouth shut. Don't tell anybody. That's the best thing you can do.
We got Opus in Time in the chat. He's also a YouTube celebrity. He became famous several years ago for his unique style on YouTube. The original is he's a classy man. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I got Brody saying hi to Opus in Time. Did you see this video? This is another dealer in the United States.
I like this guy because he's
Peter
also,
Piccolino.
He repairs watches. Right, I like him.
He repairs watches. He's also very adamant that every watch that comes in for him to be resold gets opened up and authenticated. And this in this particular episode, a customer of his brought in a watch, a Submariner, to be authenticated. The watch case was authentic. The dial was authentic. The hands were authentic. The bezel was authentic. The case was legitimate. The card was correct. The white tag was correct. The dealer swapped the bracelet. the dealer put in an aftermarket bracelet. So I mean, I don't know what it's like in the UK, like on that, what Bond Street is like the high end street. What's the street that you have that's more of like the shady gray market dealers? You know, like in the UK, like what are the areas there?
I gotta be careful. I've got solicitors onto me, and I
All right, never mind.
I'm not
But he,
kidding. I can't name certain. I can name. I've been copyrighted by. I can name a few of them. Trilogy would be one I'd avoid.
you don't have to name actual names, but I'm just saying, like here, the proliferation of aftermarket parts and counterfeits and replica is actually through the roof. It's at an all-time high.
Well, I have an opinion. I have an opinion on that because you can't buy parts from Rolex. You can't buy them. I want to give you an example. Right, the bezel on this watch, the Coke bezel, on their website is £90. Right, this is £90. The bezel. You can exchange only on this, and only if it's been serviced. So I could get this service at my AD and say, listen, I want a new bezel. They'll pop this one off. They'll order me another one. That's how it works. You can't order the parts. I was able to order the bracelet for this, but I had to physically go in with the watch. I had to wear the watch out with the bracelet on it. Okay. Rolex doesn't sell parts. There is some agreement going back 80 years with certain people in America, in New York. There are certain dealers that can order parts directly from Rolex. I don't know if you know this, right? But as they're dying, Rolex is not letting new people in, right? So if you're getting a watch repaired on like your place, 42nd Street, I don't know where they're getting these parts from because they ain't getting them from Rolex.
right.
So there must be made. I mean, there might be one of one copies. They might be just as good, but they're not from Rolex. They're just not. Most Rolex parts are exchange only. So I don't know where the parts are coming from.
Yeah, but there, I mean, this area in New York City has hundreds and hundreds of dealers and servicers, and they get the parts from somewhere. And I'm assuming that they're aftermarket parts. Sometimes they're legitimate bezels from old watches, dials from old watches, but you got to be super careful. You never really know for sure what's going into the watch. This guy's famous. He's known as this guy's Eddie. He runs what's the Watch Hospital.
I don't dislike him either. I think he's very knowledgeable.
He's doing live streams, not live streams now, but he does a video like where he just shoots. He hires a videographer. They just shoot for like an hour stuff that's happening at his shop. And you know, people do bring in stuff to be authenticated. He goes, "Listen, this isn't real," you know. And
I mean,
actually, and just to add on to that, a lot of people who have replica watches and watches with aftermarket parts and components come to him and say, "Can you service the watch? It's the amplitude is low, or it's off by a couple of minutes a day." And now he's taken the stance. Zero tolerance policy, no more servicing of replicas, clones, or counterfeits. And I think more guys should be standing up and implementing that policy. Every watch platform and every watch group and every watch servicer should be saying, "Listen, I no longer deal in aftermarket parts, aftermarket components, clones, replicas, and counterfeits of any kind."
I mean, I agree with you. But I think he's done that because he's had a lot of negative feedback, because on previous videos he was happy to do it.
Yeah. But I think it's two reasons. Number one, he's gotten negative feedback from customers, viewers, but also I think YouTube also frowns upon it. If he's seen as servicing counterfeit or replica watches, I think it puts his YouTube channel in jeopardy, as well as it could be a violation of terms of service to be promoting counterfeit watches.
There's a fine line. It just depends who's reporting you. I mean, Oisin O'Malley has his most viral videos, him looking at a fake and a real one. And if people wanted to mass report that video, he could be taken down for it. It's just what the context of it. But I will tell you, in the United Kingdom, if you're caught selling fakes of any kind, the police can come to your house and they can take your house, your car, your bank account, confiscate everything under the Proceeds of Crime Act. So to sell counterfeit goods is a crime. The guy you're buying the watch off is committing a crime. And there's a lot of people who work in certain jobs that if they got caught with a fake watch, it would actually affect their job, believe it or not. Okay.
Mhm.
So you want to stay away from fakes, period. I can now tell a super clone from a real one really easy because I've held quite a lot of them in my hand. A couple of examples are the Rehort's got speckles on it, right? It's a telltale. And the welding is garbage, but you will need a loop for that. But the really good super clones are the Submariners and the Batgirls. They will catch you out if you're not careful. But the whole clone fake industry, you want to stay away from purely because the police can take everything off you. Even if you bought 5 of them and you sold 3 to your friends, you've committed a crime. If you thought you're doing your friends a favor, getting them one as well, you've just committed a crime. So you want to stay away
Right.
from clones. So
This,
maybe he was made aware. Listen, man, you can't be doing that stuff if you're running a business.
here in New York City, there's this place called Canal Street, which some YouTubers you may know are from this particular area, and this area is just littered with counterfeit goods, Louis Vuitton bags and
Yeah.
counterfeit watches and all kinds of things. And I think they need to be vigilant. I mean, I would put in a zero tolerance policy, like have the police there conducting raids every day until you drive these people from the streets, you know?
Yeah. So have we got a no moving hands policy? Because you're moving your hands, I'm moving my hands, and we've got a complaint. Could Brenny speak if his hands were tied together? Yeah, I could do.
Good. But why? That takes all the fun of it out of it.
Why do people have to be all so negative? You know, it's just so negative. There's too many negative Nancys in the world, isn't there?
Well, I mean, this channel is actually really, really positive. I think we have a very high percentage of smart collectors here. OCN Brendan, I'll pose the question to both of us. Does servicing a Rolex Daytona from 2009, so 2009 Daytona at the Rolex Service Center, affect the resale value of the watch? So if a watch is out of warranty, the question, Mr. Fell, is why do you think it needs to be taken in for service? Is there a problem with the timing? Is there a problem with the amplitude of it? Like, what's the reason why you think it needs to go into service? Because if there's not a problem, I say don't take it in for service.
Yeah,
Brandon, what do you think?
I agree, but this guy's asked me this question on another channel before. I've already answered this on this. This is the same guy who asked me this a month ago on another channel. It's got to be because it's such an obscure question. I said the same thing to you. You don't need to service them, unless there's a problem with them.
And here's the other thing. If there's okay, so Felly says there's regular maintenance. There's no such thing, like it doesn't need an oil change. It's not like a car that needs an oil change every 3,000 miles. A Rolex is a Rolex, and I think if that watch has been working great, it can go 10 years without, or even longer without a service. There are people, because think about it, unless there's something wrong with the watch or the watch stops working, either the timing's off or it stops working, the service, you can do a service at that point. So it's already out of warranty. The service is going to cost you the same amount, whether you're doing it preventatively or you're doing it as a result of the watch not keeping time. So I would just say, you don't have to worry about like, oh, the oils are going to dry up and the lubrication. Don't worry about any of that nonsense. Just if the watch works and you're enjoying it, keep wearing it and wait till something goes wrong with it. And then they'll take apart the movement. They'll service it, they'll clean it, they'll service it, and you'll have a brand new watch again. And you can tell them, by the way, don't polish it. Don't polish the case. Don't polish the bracelet. If you want to maintain the watch in terms of its character and to have it be a worn watch, but it can have a movement that's fully serviced and working and have a 2-year warranty after that. So, but no need to do that unless the watch isn't working.
I've had some experiences. I had multiple with servicing. This one, the reason I bought this was some unfortunate gentleman had this major overhaul. He spent £2,500 on this watch at Rolex. And then he sold it unworn after 2 months.
Yep.
And so I've got a 2-year warranty from Rolex, a service warranty on this, and it's keeping perfect time. It's like half a second fast. And then he sold it. And then he sold it unworn after 2 months. And so I've got a 2-year warranty from Rolex, a service warranty on this, and it's keeping perfect time. It's like half a second fast. And then he sold it. And then he sold it unworn after 2 months. And so I've got a 2-year warranty from Rolex, a service warranty on this, and it's keeping perfect time. It's like half a second fast. per day. And again, I will wear this watch as much as possible. But if it suddenly started to run uh, uh, greater than plus or minus 2, I would then take it in under the warranty that I've got on it for the next 18 months. And after that, if it was minus 3 or 4 over 10 years, I still wouldn't touch it. It would only be like it's jumping maybe 19 seconds a day. Then at that point, I would service it. But I found out something recently that most people don't know about CPO, if you want to talk about it or not.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
There's a big misconception about CPO. People think when they buy a watch from CPO that it's been major overhauled, fully serviced. It hasn't. It's just been inspected. And if it falls within the parameters, it's polished and it goes back to the shop.
Well, they do.
That's a fact. And another
it depends.
thing,
It depends on the year. If it's so now, in order to have a watch, CPO has to be at least 2 years old. If the watch is between 2 and 5 years old, meaning it's still under warranty. Did that make sense, Brandon?
Yeah, no, that's a different thing. That's not about the new ones. I'm about. There's a lot of people going into Rolex CDs buying 10-year-old Rolex.
If it's 10 years old, I think
CPO thinking it's been major overhauled. It flipping well hasn't. It just was. It's visually inspected, and as long as it's working within the parameters, it's rack 'em, pack 'em, and stack 'em and get 'em out again. And it's £1,000 fee per watch to Rolex.
Right.
I genuinely thought that CPO meant it was fully serviced and it was like getting new old stock. It isn't. And that to me is a big misconception about CPO. I know somebody that has bought a white Daytona on CPO. It would have been the white Daytona before the new one. And when he purchased it, he got the original card, the original swing tickets, everything, and the 2-year warranty. And the thing was 7 seconds fast per day. And they ended up having to send it back to get it redone. So for those of you that are thinking I'll spend more and get a CPO Rolex because it's been major overhauled, just know that it hasn't. What you're on about is a different thing. Is you can sell them a watch that's now under 2 years old. Before it was 3 years, right?
Yeah. So, but a lot of times, if they bring in a watch that's say 3 years old, 2 to 5 years old, that watch is already under warranty. They're gonna look at that watch and they may not need to perform a movement service on it for it to be still considered certified pre-owned because. Yeah.
But they don't do that. They don't do that as another thing. My AD has turned down watches off me because there's not enough profit in it, right? And there's only certain watches my AD will take for CPO because they have to give Rolex £1,000, and then they have to add their margin to the watch.
So you're saying they don't accept every watch? That's true.
Exactly.
Because that's not. There are reasons why they can decline to accept watches. Either they have plenty of them in their own inventory, or it's a vintage watch, or a plethora of reasons why they don't want to take it on.
Big criteria for the older watches: if the bracelet's knackered, they won't take it because Rolex will make them in that profit margin. They'll charge them £1,000, and then they'll charge them for a new bracelet. This bracelet's £1,000. The bracelet for this with the solid end links is £1,300. So that's another big factor why they won't take your watch off you on CPO.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're going to look for watches. Yeah, they're going to look for watches that make financial sense for them too. They're not going to take on a watch where they have to spend thousands and thousands to service it and then sell it at market price because it's going to eat into their margin.
Yeah, but it's big business because there's a retailer in the United Kingdom. They have 4 ADs.
Okay.
And I had a look at all their CPO watches. I mean, like a Polar Explorer, 4,000 more than you can get it anywhere. Like you're never selling any of these. And they said CPO is 33% of their business.
Yeah.
33% of their business is CPO in the United Kingdom. That's crazy.
Rolex CPO is now the number 2 brand worldwide behind Rolex in terms of volume for dealers. For dealers who have CPO, It is it's an absolute financial windfall for them. For years and years, they complained that the gray
Yeah.
dealers were benefiting off the backs, and flippers were benefiting from Rolex, and now they're getting a small but meaningful piece of the pie, and it's only growing. So they're very happy to be in the game now, at least.
My, I had the green OP. It was 2 years old. It actually, I think it was 3 years old. It still had a 2 year warranty. I offered it to my AD for CPO, and they turned it down. So I sold it on the grey market at a £500 profit, and then bought the latest version for 900 more. I think it was 1300 more. So in total, with selling the old one and buying the new, it cost me £900. But
Right.
I offered that to my AD, and they turned it down because, like we just said, they had to pay £1,000 to CPO it. Then they had to add 30% margin to it, and then they, on paper, they couldn't sell that watch for the end price it would have been. So they will. It's shocking what they will actually turn down. You would think they'd buy these watches back. They don't want them.
Yep. Did you have so you have vintage, what I would consider vintage sports watches in your collection, but do you have things that are older than 20 or 25 years?
I no, I just had a Submariner that I kept in the safe for too long and never wore it.
Mm-hmm.
But that would have been that would have been only 22 years. This is my oldest watch. This is from 2001. Um, but I actually had one of these when I first started buying watches. I bought one of these. This was my first ever Rolex when I was 19. And I kept it till the start of COVID. And when COVID kicked in, this was all I had in the world. Obviously, I had a wife, house, and all that, but I ended up selling it to make ends meet.
Is that
And
is that the only GMT Master that you have in your personal collection?
no, I've got a Batgirl as well, but I never wear
Okay.
it.
So that's a new, a 126 or a 116?
The latest one.
The latest one. So 126 710
Yeah,
PLNR. Yeah.
yeah. I've got the Daytona as well, the black one, the latest one.
126 500 black dial steel.
Yeah, I don't. I think the older one is better because the bezel on the new one is a dent monster. It just dents. So
You say that, but you haven't dented it, have you?
oh, I've dented it. Yeah, I dropped it, dented it 3 places.
Yeah, but I mean, really, it's dented.
I dropped the fucking thing on a carpet. I was just fucking
Oh, come on! You dropped it on the car. There's no dents from carpet.
never listen. I'm going to do it on camera. Never take your watch off, right, and look at it like that. Never take it. And then next minute, the bloody thing's on the ground, right,
Yeah.
and literally it has a dent there and a dent. The bezel is so soft. I'm telling you this for a fact, right?
I think it's more attractive. The 126 is more attractive. I think they did a good job thinning the sub dial circles, and
I
they
mean,
make the case better.
I just like the newest stuff. That's why I sold a green OP and bought another green OP. I literally bought the same watch. I just got the latest version of it because the crown is slightly bigger on the OPs. I don't know if you knew this. So when they relaunched the OPs,
Yeah,
they made the crown bigger.
Yeah,
I think you've got one, haven't you? Have you got one?
Yeah,
I
have the new. I have the new pink dial.
So I have the new green dial, but I already had the green dial. But I like the new. So I've got the Starbucks as well, and I just picked up a blue OP as well. The dial's really nice on the blue OPs, but and I've got the ombre coming. That's really nice. Yeah, very
You
nice.
have the you have the Are you talking about the green ombre Datejust?
Yeah, I've got the Jubilee fluted coming.
Oh. Thank you, St. Peter, and thank you, Mobster, for the jewels. Thank you, St. Peter, for the member milestone chat. Really appreciate it.
But I still don't get the guy that said that the watches are causing them a problem. I mean, he literally has more problems than watches if his watches need to all be sold. I don't get that logic.
For sure.
The watch.
What do you think? What do you think of the candy pink Oyster Perpetual?
I like candy pink. Do you know when you couldn't get a Rolex, this guy bought a Shinbon Cherry Blossom. Do you know that watch?
No.
Grand Seiko. So when you couldn't get
Oh,
Rolexes,
jeez.
when you couldn't get a Rolex, everybody was buying Grand Seiko. Yeah, I had a pink watch for about 2 years, and I wore it with pride. You do know that Lacoste make a beautiful polo shirt to go with that. I hope you bought one.
I
Have you
have pink
seen?
T-shirts.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
like
yeah,
from J. Crew or wherever they're from. Just normal
yeah.
pink shirts that go. That does. I also wear black shirts with this, so
I still
I'm kind
have
of
the
a
pink
matchy
polo
guy.
shirt, but I don't have the watch anymore. Every time I go to wear it, I have no watch to go with it. So yeah,
Yeah, I used to have a pink Lacoste when I was a kid, and
yeah.
I think I should get another one. LC Shield in the chat, by the way, said a question for Brendan. When curating a collection, I guess it's for both of us. What do you guys consider the quintessential chronograph to be?
Sure,
You have a
sure, man.
Daytona. What's the
Yeah.
quintessential chronograph?
You gotta have a speedy, but I'm just so sick of Omega. I've gone through every speedy, and uh, I
Yeah,
just
there's a time where the Speedmaster would win that question handily,
yeah,
Brendan, and now
yeah.
not so much, right?
The brand is dog shit. The fucking Moon Swatch has killed the brand. It's just dog shit now. I
You think
mean,
so, huh?
yeah. I mean, I've
I think
got
the
one.
price increase. I think the price increases
Let me get
uh
to keep
did
going.
yeah, I think the price increases hurt Omega a lot because what they did is they dragged down the resale value percentages. So as you started to, there was a time where you could, when I first got into this hobby, like 5 years ago, you could pick up a Speedmaster, a real 3861 Speedmaster for $3,000, $3,500. Now those new are $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, and when you trade them in, they're only worth about half of what the price you paid for them. So this is the red bioceramic. What's the official? This is the what's the name of this one?
The Mars, the
Mars.
Mars. So
Does this one have the rocket hands, or this one doesn't have the rocket hands?
that's the rocket
Yeah,
hands.
yeah, it's the rocket hands. Yeah.
The reason I bought this, very simple. In 1972, Omega made a prototype watch, right, that looks just like this, right?
Yep.
And it never got to production, right? And they sell for about £30,000. And they have one at the Omega Library. They never made the watch. It's my
Yeah,
birth year
they call
watch.
it the Alaska Project.
I think it has another name. It can confuse it. The Alaska Project was in 2008 or something, but
Okay.
whatever this watch was, and that's why I got the watch. It was again because but even the Alaska Project's like £30,000. But yeah, so that's why I got this watch, and I think they should have just stopped at those ones. But then they've since brought out so many of them, they've completely devalued Omega. And then they brought out a solid gold one, not solid gold, with gold accents on it recently, and you have to apply to buy it.
Yeah.
That just killed Omega, if you're asking me. Why would you spend $40,000 on a gold Omega when you can buy a plastic one for whatever? So yeah, so I've just fallen
So
out
well,
of love with
you're
Omega.
gotcha. So would you say that for a collector with means, meaning a collector that can afford a $20,000 watch, that the Rolex Daytona is pretty much the de facto standard chronograph?
No, no, I still think the Speedy is the best. I just fallen
Okay.
out of love with them. I think the most legible one at the moment is the white sapphire sandwich, and they almost hit the nail on the head with the new First Omega in space, but they made a critical error with that watch. They one of the subdials, the counter is steel, and so when you've got the watch, it's not very legible. They've messed the watch up. On the website, the First Omega in space and the 321 look the same, but in real life they're not. So yeah, I think the white sapphire sandwich is the best, but you got to buy them secondhand. And
I gotta tell, yeah, I do love these, and Breitling has fallen out of favor with so many collectors, but I do love the look of the Navitimer. There's something about, I mean, I'm not saying it's
yeah,
the quintessential
no,
chronograph, but it does date back to the 50s,
yeah,
and there's something about that look, and there is legibility to a point. If you forget about the slide rule calculator, that's there, and the tachymeter and all that stuff. You know, the subdials are very legible, and it's a very attractive looking
Yeah, that
dial
was
and
on my
case.
list to buy, and then they recently brought out the smaller size. But when I used to like that watch, that only came in a 44, didn't it, or a 42? It was just too
Bigger
big.
sizes, and now there's 41,
Yeah,
43, and
but they're
46, I believe.
£7,000 now. Who's going to spend
I think 10.
7,000?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. They're
So
expensive.
I just think they're outpriced. I think for that kind of money, see, a lot of people get cross with me when I say, you know, you're wasting your money if you ever want to sell. They always go, "I'll never sell it." You flipping will.
Yeah, you
You
absolutely
will.
will.
You will. And then I don't know, but this is quite a funny little watch here. This one. This is actually a licensed Snoopy. This is licensed by
Yeah, this is Timex.
Timex.
Yeah. Yep. The
This is a
Timex
great.
Panda Snoopy.
This is a great little watch for no money that you can get.
Look how thick that is.
I
Oh
know,
my
but
god.
it's pennies. It's pennies, and I've got it. The strap is an item strap. It costs more than the watch, but I've never worn it. I collect these things just to have them as ornaments. But
I know, but
yeah,
there's a point in time when you realize you have 10 of those, and you're like,
yeah.
oh, I mean,
I
that's too many.
I smashed one up for a video the other week. I smashed a £900 watch up just for
That's
six
not good.
second.
You could give it away to a new collector, like a young kid.
Trust me, it was a piece of garbage. I did the watch a favor. It was if you saw the watch, I did it a favor. I've given away quite a few watches, so yeah, I did the watch a favor.
What is one brand, maybe a top 10 brand that you think is absolutely flailing and is on the verge of falling off a precipice, falling off a cliff?
Omega. I mean,
Omega's,
yeah, Omega.
they're doing that bad. They're still selling 500,000, 600,000 watches a year. They're not going anywhere, and they're basically holding the Swatch Group afloat. If it's not for them, then all of the Swatch Group's going to go by the wayside, right?
I can only talk about experience in my country. Here's how it works in my country. You go into an Omega-owned Omega boutique. There's about 7 of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
They won't give you discount at all on anything. You go into an Omega boutique owned by a franchise, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they will ring the watch through a secondary till with a 15 to 20% discount if you just ask them, right? And that's happening all the time. And that's the only way they're selling these watches at ADs. Or they're blackmailing people to get to the Snoopy. And it's a very easy journey.
Yeah.
The 321, I don't know. I don't know if you can blackmail somebody to buy a watch that's so inaccurate.
That's
Right?
that's a very old movement that goes back decades and decades, a manual wine movement, right? And it's also a super thick watch.
It makes no sense to me because the watch itself, the bracelet's gorgeous, the case is gorgeous, the bezel is ceramic, so you could probably throw the watch off a building and run over with a tank. And then they put that shitty old movement in there because it's a 321. But yeah, but I bought a 321. So yeah, but that's how they're selling these watches. That's how they're actually shifting the watches. And then what they're doing as well is they're mass dumping them to grey market dealers on bulk. That's how they're selling them. But maybe in other countries it's different. Maybe people want these watches in other countries and they're dying to buy them. I don't know.
Right.
They're not. But in the United Kingdom, nobody's buying these at full price. And here's the problem with the Snoopies as well. In my opinion, the Snoopy's slightly too thick to wear as a daily watch. I had the Snoopy. When I got it, I could have made £4,000 profit on it. I just kept it. I kept it. When I finally sold it last year, I made 500 profit on the watch. But I kept it, thinking it was beautiful. But every time I put it on my wrist, it was just too thick compared to the standard sapphire sandwich. So a lot of these people that are buying full price Omegas to get to this Snoopy, when they finally get it, they end up dumping it because it's not wearable. It's a very thick watch. Yeah,
it's 14.5, I believe, millimeters.
Yeah.
Yes, and would you agree that that collectors now are becoming more demanding in terms of were, wanting watches to wear that are at least under 13 millimeters or even thinner than that going forward, that they're not accepting. I mean, it's one of the reasons why Tudor completely redesigned the Black Bay 58 chronograph, is that
Yeah,
and it's just too thick, and people are demanding thinner, more elegant watches that wear better on the wrists,
I get that.
right?
Have you actually seen the Bumblebee in person though? Because I have.
I have not.
So I had the opportunity to buy a Bumblebee a week ago for £6,000. That was a week old, and I put it on the wrist, and it's just too thick.
It's still too
It,
thick. So it's, I mean, they shaved it like a half a millimeter off of it, but it's still too much.
it's still too much. And on the website, it reads. I'm just trying to do this from memory. I think it's 13.2.
Mhm.
So it sounds reasonable. It's still too thick, but something happened in the UK with that watch. Would you believe? It's tanking on the grey market, and you can get them for like 500 above MSRP now,
Hmm.
right? But
It it is yellow. It is yellow, and it's a very very impractical color.
I don't mind
Yeah.
the yellow, but what it actually has done, which is really good for somebody that has the other watches, it's increased the secondary value of the pink and especially the turquoise. If you have a
Hmm.
turquoise, it's actually gone up in value since they've launched that watch. So there is a silver cloud.
The same people who are recommending the same YouTubers, I was talking about this the other day, that are recommending now the Bumblebee, are the same people that told you that it was okay to buy the old one. So it's like, uh, they don't have much credibility. Like, if they get on and they say, like, this watch is so much better, so much nicer.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
because it's
but they
new.
they, they
Yeah,
said the other one was good too. Remember?
yeah. But here's the thing: I am trying to get one for the channel, and what happened was the subscriber that had it, he ended up flipping it after 6 days, and luckily got his money back because he paid it on the grey market. He paid six for it, wore it for 6 days, and got six back. But he only got the six back because he bought a £28,000 watch. He was actually offered 5,500 after, so he bought it for six, which is a
Mm.
great price. He was then offered 5,500 to buy it and 6,000 trade. So he could have lost £500 in a week on it. But again, the guys on YouTube that are telling you how great these watches are, they're using pictures, aren't they? They're not actually seeing the watches in person. The best Tudor you can buy for the money at the moment, if you're hell bent on getting a Tudor, is the Black Bay Mono.
Which one is that?
That's the one that came out in 2024, and it comes on a Jubilee bracelet, and it's a non-date. It's just a great watch.
Black Bay
And
monochrome.
yeah, the Mono. They call it. It's actually called the Mono. The nickname is the Mono. They do it with a red bezel as well. I believe it's a 41 millimeter. It just fits beautiful. It's a lovely watch. It's got a great lume on it. It's probably it. You know where you have to charge watches at night so that the lume that you don't need to charge the watch or anything. It looks great on a NATO strap. You can pick them up in the United Kingdom if you're very clever for £1,500 under MSRP, like 3 or 4 months old. It's just a great Tudor. Uh,
Not a fan of NATO straps.
I love
Tudor.
it.
I mean, actually the other improvement that Tudor made on this particular watch, which is the Black Bay 58 chronograph, is that they got rid of the rivets on the bracelet, which
Yes,
they kept
but
them for a long time, but they finally got rid of them.
the guy that bought that had the Fling Flamingo, which he got rid of, and he said that the only flaw with that watch is it's they didn't put it on a Jubilee bracelet. They don't call it Jubilee, they call it the 5 link. That would be
Right.
called a 3 link in their terminology. He said it would have been a lot better if it came on the 5 link.
They have the watch that they have now. They have a burgundy, I believe. Is that Black Bay 58 or is it a 54? I'm not quite sure, but it's burgundy bezel with a burgundy dial that comes with a Jubilee 5 link bracelet. I can't
So
remember.
that mono I showed you comes with a 5 link as well. That mono is the best. Like I said, it's the best all around for the money. But what they did get right about this watch was the lug width's only 20, so that does look nice on a strap. But it's just too thick. So if anybody wants that watch, my advice to you is just wait 6-7 months and you'll get the call from the AD on that watch.
And And my
Easy.
advice is don't ever buy it.
I literally am going to probably buy one of them just for the channel, just to review it properly. But
What do you think of what about are you a fan of like the vintage Tudor Submariner or no?
I love snowflakes. I love them, but they're overpriced. I'd much rather. Do you know a snowflake costs more than a Rolex of the same era, which is crazy. I'd rather have the Rolex, thank you. So, yeah. So somebody wants to buy a Tudor, that's the one to buy. The Black Bay Mono, pre-owned. And the good thing about it, you could wear it for 2 years, and you probably only lose $300 on it if you buy it at the right price. If you want to sell it or trade it later.
There's a
That's
good picture of it. It's half submerged.
But
It's in the
better on the
water.
bracelet.
You
Yeah.
could put it in a puddle and shoot it in a puddle, and that'd make a great video.
But remember, 5-link bracelet, the you get a lot for your money as long as you don't buy it brand new from an AD. So it's a great watch, and it's Meta certified as well. So it's +0 to 5. So not all Tudors are Meta certified. So most of them are COS.
Do you check your the accuracy of your watches, like
Yeah.
to see if it's been within spec? I don't do that.
I've sold watches that even though they're within parameters, I've sold watches that run slow. I just cannot abide by slow running watches. I just
So you're a big believer in the engineering around the mechanical movement. You know, like making sure, like if it's designed to be accurate, you want accuracy. You don't want it to be a minute off per week or whatever, because this is you value the importance of accurate timekeeping.
I mean, this watch on the wrist, wearable, blah blah blah. In the 2 months I first owned it, was under 30 seconds fast. You know, it's just overwhelmingly, performingly, brilliantly, and I'm happy with it. I told you about the green OP. The first one I had ran slow. The fucking new one runs slow, but it's still within the parameters. So I can't take it back to Rolex and say, "Hey, this thing's running a second slow per day." They'll just say, "Well, that's normal." So yeah, some watches are, they run fast, and some run slow.
So you have the Coke, you have the Black Girl, you have a black steel Daytona, got Oyster Perpetual. What else would you consider to be like some of the top watches, most loved watches in your collection?
I think you have to have a Submariner because the clasp is incredible in any form of, even if it's a bluesy, or I think a Submariner, that clasp is incredible. It's just incredible. It's big though. It's a big clasp. But I really like Submariner.
The modern ones are gargantuan.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But again, imagine all these people, they waited 3 or 4 years for this watch. They've never actually seen it. They get the call, they go and buy the fucking thing, and they get it home and they go, the fucking clasp is bigger than my fucking wrist. What am I gonna how am I gonna wear this? So but I don't know. But if you really want the Submariner and you don't want a big clasp, you go to the earlier one, right? So
this is the two-tone Submariner in the United States. These two-tone watches have gotten expensive, and the two-tone GMT is also very expensive here. This is in US dollars, $19,450. I remember they used to be 25% less than this for sure, like just 3 or 4 years ago.
I can tell you a true story about a subscriber. He got his 2025. He then sold it for £12,600 to a grey market dealer 3 months ago, and he's just bought it back this weekend, and he only paid 12 for one. It's 2 years older, but he only paid 12. So for the love of Christ, do not walk into an AD in the United Kingdom. That's £16,200 in an AD, when you could pick them up on the grey market for 12. It's just insane. Great watch though, if you can rock it.
Yeah, for sure. These are gorgeous. I had a bluesy for a long time. And it didn't. I loved it as one of my first watches, but eventually, it fell by the wayside. Got traded. It was just too many Rolexes in my collection, Brendan.
Yeah, I mean, I did that. I fell in love with the Yachtmaster chocolate dial, the rose gold.
Mhm.
I love that watch. I wore it solidly for 6 months, and then I put it in the safe, and then I started looking at it and thought, ugh, ugh. And I took a £2,500 hit getting rid of it because I just thought I can't wear that watch anymore.
Right.
The bezel was just too much.
It's a flashy watch. It's a flashy watch, and then there's also full gold, both black dial, black bezel, and blue dial, blue bezel Submariner. That's still
Yeah.
around. They got rid of they discontinued the white gold Submariner. Finally, that was like a dog in the lineup. They're referred to as in the United States as the Cookie Monster. Black dial, blue bezel, white gold Submariner
Yeah.
is gone, but it was so expensive and would
Yeah.
routinely sell for 20% under retail in the secondary market.
True story. I went to pick up my Daytona 2 years ago on the grey market, and it cost me just under £21,000. On the table next to it was what you were just saying. I still call it a Smurf, even though it's a Cookie Monster.
Right.
I'm lazy with nicknames. And my brain said, you're paying this for stainless steel. Just buy the fucking white gold one. But no, I went for the Daytona. But yeah, but they still haven't. They still don't sell at a premium even after they've been deleted. It's a very heavy watch to wear. I haven't
Yep.
experienced, but I believe white gold is, it's a scratch monster.
Then you have this thing, and this is an absolute tank. This is the deep sea that they introduced. This is not the whatever they call the big one that's like 50 millimeters. This is the regular deep sea, but it's in full gold.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the deep sea challenge. This is a regular deep sea here. Let me just view all models. Let's check it out.
I got lied to. I got told that was deleted this year, and then it didn't get deleted.
This must be very expensive in the United States. 68,000. This has to be one of the most expensive Rolexes in the catalog.
That nobody buys, that nobody wants.
Yeah, I can imagine someone. This is a good Miami watch for a big guy who wants to really, because it's very thick too, but it's just a giant hunk of gold. By the way, we have 57 people watching, which is like a record for the original OC channel. We're the #1 live stream in the time slot, guys. #1 this Monday night. We're beating all the other live streams.
Some of these are my guys have come over. I put a little message. They're not taking any credit. I just put a tiny message saying I'm on here on my wall.
We're talking watches. The thing is, if you there's a lot different than like pulling up, like you pull up an article from Hodinkee and then you just read it, and like it's about a dog shit watch anyway. It's like who's gonna really care? It's about the stories about people's philosophy on watches, people's advice on collecting. Yeah, go ahead.
I've covered so many watches. The watches I'm talking about, I've actually covered them on my channel. So if you wanted to talk about the pink Tudor, I've done a video on it, and I've had the watch in my hand, the Miss Piggy. So we can always reference check that if they really want to see the watches. And I've nearly every Tudor I've owned, I've reviewed the bloody thing. Yeah. So
Yep.
there's a massive amount of material there. If people want to see it, I don't care. So.
I know people are pretty familiar with your channel. They know how to find it. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you ever want to reference the watch and I'm on, we can always bring the bloody thing up because my vintage sub was actually on there. We could have actually gone and looked at the bloody thing.
Yep.
But again, I never bonded with the watch. I was like, ugh. Even though it's exact same case as this, I would put it on the wrist and go.
Yep.
I just didn't like the watch. I think it was the 4 lines of text that used to put me off. This has only got 3 lines of text. I'm serious about this. I designed a watch with a company, and I removed most of the text from the watch. I don't understand why you have to write automatic on a watch when it's obvious it's a bloody automatic. I just find all that really unnecessary. And you put the depth rating on there when you should. When are you ever going to go to that depth rating anyway? So, for me, the less is better. So. I don't know if that's my video or not. Is that one of my ones?
It is. I believe this is your
Yeah.
video. Yep.
So, and I take the piss all the time, by the way. Do you see that? That I just don't give a shit, right? I do the wacky shit. I promoted that brand by showing my six pack, yeah, because I don't give a shit. I literally, when I watch some of my videos, I crack myself up because I forgot I did them. The stupidest things I've done on this channel. So
A lot of people like the pink Tudor chronograph,
it's
black
just
bay
it's too
chronograph.
big. It's big. It's a big watch. So
Cool, guys. Questions for Brendan Boswell, special guest panelist on the channel. Feel free to type in your questions. Maybe he'll answer them. Maybe he won't. We're the #1 live stream on YouTube right now, #1 of any watch channel, and there's very few watch channels out there, so it's not really
there isn't
that hard
any. I don't think there is
to
any because
compete.
I went on a channel the other morning, not slagging the channel off, but I said to them, guys, can we not just do
Watch talk.
Just a watch? Can we not just pick one night where we do watches? And they were like, we can probably do an hour. I'm going, but you're a watch channel.
I know. We have over 50 likes, which is pretty dang good. We're in the algorithm. We're in the algorithm now. If you're watching now, this is the original OC channel, Smart Watch Talk for the Smart Collector. Become a member. By the way, the people of the stars in next to the names are all members. So when you scroll through the chat, you see the stars. So all people who have paid memberships. Guys, if you have questions for Brendan Boswell, now's the time to do it. This is an unbiased platform where you can ask the hard-hitting questions. We won't shy away from questions, but if they're watch questions, all the better.
There is something funny though. A lot of people don't understand satire from reality, and a lot of people clip my content and take it completely out of context, even though they know I was joking, right? And then it just brings it just ups the drama level. When I actually have quite a good watch collection and I talk about watches most of the time, a lot of these guys, I don't think they actually own a luxurious watch or they actually like watches. I think they're just in this sector to just scalp it as much as they can to make money. They really don't care about watches, even though I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be watch content.
The funny thing is that the #1 source of new viewers to this channel are, and I'll just say the names, like the Sheen O'Malley channel, Tim's channel, Britt Pierce's. They all, when you look at the metrics and see like where my viewers come from, they all come from those channels because YouTube recommends. Knows this is, they know the quality of the viewers here. They know that it has a very high percentage of members, so they know it's quality content. So this channel gets recommended as soon as you're done watching any live stream, even if it's a drama live stream or if it's a channel with 300,000 fake subscribers. This channel gets recommended and people see it and go, oh, look, a real watch channel, and they end up coming here. And sometimes they stay, sometimes they don't, and that's cool. But the ones that like boring quality watch content, they stay, and that's good. And so we grow organically. Would never ever think about paying a bot company in India to load up the channel with a bunch of fake subscribers, because I have no desire to attract a junk brand to pay me to talk shit, to talk shit about Rolex and to talk good about their. I would never recommend to my viewers, this is a pretty knowledgeable community, to buy one of those garbage brands instead of a Rolex because I was getting paid by that. It just makes no sense. So for other channels, it may make sense. They have no integrity. They have no credibility. They want to do that. Good for them. But I can't imagine that would be their goal on YouTube, is to do that.
If I stopped replying to comments, I would have 1,000 more subscribers. It would cost me nothing. If I stopped replying to comments.
Are you replying to positive comments or troll comments?
No, I tell them as far as I can tell them without getting in trouble, because you can actually get in trouble for commenting. If somebody says something, I don't know, let's just make this up. Oh, Brenny, your ears are big, and then I reply, but your ears are bigger. They can report me for saying this guy said my ears were too big. And then I'll get a message from YouTube, we just want to make you aware that was, I'm thinking, okay, so you've got to be careful not to get baited. But I tell that many people to get lost, go on, move on, jog on. And if I just stopped replying to comments, I would literally have 1,000 more subscribers because so I don't need to buy subs. I just need to police myself and literally not reply. Because like I was saying, I was looking. I don't know if you can see this, but I had like, does that show on your screen? That's actual live information there.
Mm-hmm.
That's 1,500 comments.
Yeah, we get like 6. If we get 3 comments here, we're lucky. Yeah.
That's 1,000. I just touched it. That's 1,000. It's 1,500 comments. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
And returning people, you see it says 55,000. Monthly audience, 55,000. So it just the watch hours is hilarious. 11,900 watch hours. Imagine watching this asshole for 11,900.
I can't.
You can't imagine, can you? Right?
No.
In 28 days, right?
See, Americans don't see Fred as saying, as far as Americans go, your accent isn't too annoying. Like, but Americans generally don't like to listen to people with weird accents. So
I talk like this then. To be sure. Hello, Ghana. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Ready Show.
That's pretty bad.
Ghana, where's me pot of gold?
Well, if we're watching a commercial for Lucky Charms, they're magically delicious, then it's fun. But otherwise, it's hard to concentrate. Americans they like broadcast English, and I get a lot of comments from people in Europe. They say that they fall asleep to my live stream every night because the soothing sounds of the original OC channel put me right to bed. Rated R Steve-O, £10 super chat. Upvote for Brenny. Brenny. Let's get to
Steve's a good guy. Steve's a really nice guy.
Thanks for the support. But you don't have to super chat, guys.
I just like to have a laugh. So could you do me a favor, right? Just so people know what they're dealing with.
Okay, maybe.
Can you go to my channel?
Okay.
And can you bring up the Ultimate Tool Watch?
Okay. Brendan Boswell.
It was 5 months ago. The Ultimate Tool Watch.
Here we go.
Just put on that for a minute. But this is the guy that doesn't give a shit about anything, right? And tell me if you get the joke or not, because people think this is real, not satire.
This isn't my particular cup of tea, but I do see what you're doing here.
Can you not play it?
Oh, okay. Let's play it. Here we go.
You don't have to play much. You got to play it from the start, though. You got to get the context right.
All right, here we go.
That's my wife's bobble hat, by the way. That's not mine.
Listen, do you consider what you do half watch information, half comedy? Or do you use the comedy as a way to get a message across to viewers, or do you enjoy being like a fuckwit and just doing this kind of goofy shit? You do this for yourself, right? You think you're funny, don't you?
When it gets to a minute, then I want you to go to Adrian Barker's video.
See that you're entertaining yourself with this content more than anybody, right? You go back and watch these over and over again and think, man, I'm funny.
No, I'm just thinking if I did that in a forest with.
Oh, come on! This is you think you're funny, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with looking back and going, you know what? I think I'm freaking funny.
What was if you without getting in any trouble, if you can bring up Adrian Barker's.
No, I'm not gonna bring it up.
Yeah,
but
it's basically a satire.
But Adrian's. I mean, I've said this before. I have tremendous respect for people who are YouTubers and they're content creators. I just find him incredibly boring. I don't. And
Yeah,
I don't like his opinions.
but
So
the thing is, he was for a
was
long time.
this was a spoof of an Adrian Barker video?
He was for a long time promoting Christopher Ward, undisclosed, that he was being paid and getting free stuff. And in every one of his videos, he would put a Christopher Ward. So when he did a review about the Polar Explorer, the Christopher Ward was right in there. He brought Christopher Ward into the conversation, undisclosed, and him, Age, and Britt Pierce, and all of them were all in cahoots. They're doing it now with Breitling, and so
I like, for the record, I love Britt Pierce. I think she's a wonderful. I met her in person. She's a fantastic person, and she is full corporate in the sense that she is full-time YouTube, and she doesn't. She does get paid by brands to do stuff. I don't think there's any misleading aspect to that.
No,
I mean, in the beginning, I don't know if she was. I don't know if she was paid
that,
by Tudor in the beginning, but
yeah, there isn't that now, but there was that. See, I put a BJ on my watch as well. Anybody can do that, yeah. And I spent hours designing that with that company, yeah. But anyway, the joke is that his video was as bad as mine, and he put that out as a real video. But what I'm trying to say with what Brett Pierce did for many years was undisclosed partnerships and promoting Christopher Ward. She even got a free watch from Christopher Ward.
Well, I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy, because those are terrible watches, and
they're terrible watches. They're now £6,000 for a Christopher Ward, and she did say on camera that they're. How did she word it? She worded it that I want to get it right. I don't want to do her disjustice. She said that the Submariner is not 4 times the watch of the Christopher Ward. She kind of said because the Christopher Ward is $2,000, that how she compares it to a Submariner is the Submariner is not worth 4 times. The way they spun it, right? And they didn't put the paid up. At least they're now putting the paid up, because a lot of people fell for this Christopher Ward nonsense.
Well, I think there should be full disclosure. YouTubers and social media influencers, there's a tremendous amount of social media influencers, mainly on Instagram, that are being paid by these brands that in the form of free watches, free trips, and free food and lodging on these junkets, in order to just look, join me as I do an all expense paid trip with Ulysse Nardin, and and the watches may be perfectly good, but once you accept a free trip to promote the watch, then your credibility is gone.
I mean, like I said, when they went to Watches and Wonders last year, they both went to Breitling and both filmed at Breitling. So, but good luck to them. But as long as everybody knows that what they're saying is a pure lie, that's fine. As long as they put the paid up. I think I even put the paid up for that video. That's got the paid sign up when you click on the video.
Too many people do not know that it is that it's a paid advertisement, basically.
Yeah, I still have that watch, by the way, and I didn't pay for the watch, but for some reason the sponsor never reached back out to me after I put this video out.
So this is a Hodinkee video that they feature prominently on their website, and I don't know what this guy is, but he's a editor from Hodinkee, and Tudor flew him to Switzerland to get a full tour of the factory and present how great Tudor is and all that stuff. I get it,
But it's literally, you've got to listen to somebody that actually handed the money over for these watches. That's the only way you can get it through, and it's very hard to get through the BS on these watches.
Yep. Last chance to ask a question of Brendan Boswell, who's joining us on the panel. Special guest. I didn't know he was going to jump on. He just decided to jump on. So last chance. We're going to do 2-minute lightning round. So I'm not kidding. We're ending the show in 2 minutes. So quickly, if you have a question for Brendan, enter it immediately. And if you want a super chat to show your support for Brendan and appreciation for Brendan jumping on, feel free to do so. I'll drop the link in case you don't know where to find him.
Yeah, so if you can do me a favor, if you can get a group of watch YouTubers together one night a week count me in. But we just talk about watches. I mean, like I said, just watch chat.
The thing is, I hate having a scheduled commitment to do
Well, it
anything
doesn't have to be. It
because
doesn't have to be. But it could be once a month and around. But at least people know that it might come because there is nobody talking about watches. I'm having a few problems at the moment. All my lives are getting reported because I'm under attack by spurious people who just sing all the time. My last live was reported. I don't know what I said on it. But I made it members only. This is
I
the
have no idea what you might have said. I have no idea.
I came off the live and I made it members only, right? And it still got reported because I think the franchise club used my video, a members only video, on their video, which I think is a bit naughty, but they did, right? And it's now been demonetized. I've never had that before. It literally got made members only the minute I got off. So nobody who saw that video was a non-member. But then it now got demonetized, which is fine because you make so little off it. It's just the point that people are actively attacking the channel. It's nice to come on here and just talk about watches.
This channel was attacked in 2024, I believe. We were taken off for 2 months. We were the target of digital terrorists who basically filed false counterfeit complaints with YouTube, and they created fake videos on Reddit that showed replica watches, and then they said that my channel was showing replica watches on the channel, and they had it taken out for 2 months. 2 months it was completely offline, and only through the help of great lawyers were we able to get it back.
I had that done to me with shorts. I had shorts reported for fakes, and I actually deleted most of them, but the one of them that I actually tried on an AD, I appealed and it got reintroduced. But once anything's been taken down, it comes back and it's dead. So yeah, so I've been under it, but I was under attack about 2 years ago from a couple of watch channels that I'd highlighted. So we might be getting attacked by the same people. But there was a lot of people with bad motives 2 years ago, and I think it was about money. They wanted everybody to go to their channels. But at the moment, mine is because I've highlighted some big problems with certain YouTubers that I don't want to talk about on here. But my God, they have nothing better to do than report my content. Yeah. So.
Yeah, well, when you don't have any original content, you go after those that do create original content.
Yeah, I mean, I've done tons and tons of videos, but there's a lot of people that don't want to do any videos because there's too much effort in it, too much work involved, too much time. They just don't want to do it, so they'd rather just attack everybody else. So.
Yep.
What's your watch of the year? What's the best watch of this year? I believe IG guy is trying to spin another yarn about the best watch of the year, but I think he's put up the Longines Hydra Conquest.
Oh no, definitely not that watch.
I love that watch.
It's hard. We haven't voted yet on watch of the year, but you certainly got to look.
Have you tried the watch on? Have you bought the watch? How can you not like the watch?
No, I haven't. I have not. I have to say I have not tried on a Longines recently.
You can't give an opinion on it. You'll have to take a pass on that watch because it's a beautiful watch. For the money, it's a beautiful watch. Beautiful watch.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't recommend those types of brands. It's just my thing. But
even the movement, it's an L8885 movement. My one is running half a second fast per day. The finish, when you take the bracelet off, the lugs have all been polished. It's been polished everywhere. If you take the lugs, a bracelet off a Tudor, it's badly finished. It's just. I agree with you. Most Longines look terrible, but this Hydra Conquest is something special, man.
Brendan, I want to thank you for jumping on. I really appreciate it. We're going to call it a day. I know it's late for you, but it's also late for me. I've been streaming for almost 4 hours, which is like a rarity for me. I usually don't do like this long of a stream. Thanks for jumping on.
Man. Yeah. Just kick me off. It's easy for you to kick me off. Have a nice evening. Yeah.
All right. Have a great evening. Brendan Boswell, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. I want to thank everybody who contributed in the chat. I want to thank Horo Watch for the £2 recognition of Super Chat Monday. Thank you very much. Second Super Chat as well. Thanks to Vimal for the Stay Hydrated jewel purchase. Huge shout out to Maldives for the member milestone chat. Skip intro. Thank you for the Uncle Alert. Got SE member for 21 months. Thank you for the member milestone chat. Ryan James, 22-month member. Pretty incredible. SE gifted a membership here. Shout out to Mobster 2 for the 30 jewel flower. Appreciate that. Father Artifact, 22 months. Thanks for making this the #1 rated live stream, the highest number of viewers in this time slot. Thank you, Father Artifact. Got D Wood Coffee Company with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much, St. Peter. Thank you for the member milestone chat. Thank you, Mobster, for the chili. And thank you, Steve-O, for the £10 super chat. Guys, thanks for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one. And peace. If you want to join me for a quick after show, VIP after show, and maybe Brendan will jump back on for the VIP after show. This is off the air. Nobody will be able to see it. Private stream after the show. Click on this link. We'll catch you on the next one, guys. Peace out.